All right, welcome back, and we're gonna start out with case two story. Let's start it. All right, Olivia Berry. The day of Ed's execution, a small funeral is held in a secluded space on the outskirts of town. The people who usually show up to our meetings gather today to pray. Not many people, not at all. But there is a certain determination on everyone's faces. Each person takes turns to deliver small flowers to the small hole we dug. When we bury the flowers, the slight mound of soil left is reminiscent of a grave. But his body's not here. I stared down at the meaningless pile of dirt that couldn't even be considered a proper grave. But then I feel a warmth in my right hand. Olivia stands next to me, holding my hands with hers. Oh, nice. I'm actually surprised Olivia's even there. She also stares at the makeshift grave, and I stare at her solemn profile for a while. Her eyes never wavered, not for a moment. I hold her hand back and look at the grave for a while. We told the pub's regulars to wait for the heat to die down a little before coming again, so it's only Olivia, Dad, Rob, and me in here. Why are you here? You could have stayed at the pub. You'd be safer there. We're out of town. But that doesn't mean this isn't risky.
死者を弔うのを誰かにどうこう言われる筋合いなんてないでしょ。その相手が女王であってもね。だから来ただけ。信仰とは関係ない。
I see. Thanks. Olivia looks at me with the same face she makes when she's about to protest something. Ed would have said the same. Her expression turns vague and turns ahead again.
そうかもね。
Olivia's gaze shifts from the mound to me.
痛む？ 顔、ひどいことになってる。治りが遅いわね。
Her concern makes me smile. My face is still as swollen as it was when they took Ed away, and the aching still plagues my body. Yeah. I never hurt like this before. Not only my face, but my whole body.
そう。
Olivia blows out a breath, then turns ahead once more.
大丈夫よ。体の傷なら治るから。
Yeah, I know. We get back to the city before sundown. Moving in a big group is too conspicuous, so I leave my father to Rob and we split into two groups.
ねえ、ちょっと寄り道してくわよ。
Where are they?
買い物。
Huh? Stuff for the pub?
違うわよ。
Huh? Walking through the makeshift district with Olivia, I'm taken by surprise. A lot of the shopkeepers know her already. Many people greet her as we pass. Most of them are customers that have been coming to the pub regularly since started working there. Olivia enters one of the shops. Her stance decisive and confident. The shopkeeper is also one of her customers. She receives something from him, pays for it, and comes back to me. I take a look at what she's holding. What's that?
ハーブよ。カモミール。
Oh, that's very relaxing. I had some of that last night. Chamomile. Was there a weed with that name? Is it some kind of fancy herb to make tea? While I wonder about it, Olivia's glare turns colder.
ねえ、どうして何年も酒場に立っていたあなたがこんなドメジャーなハーブを知らないの？その無知と無能さと向上心のなさを憂いた日はなかったの？なかったのよね。知ってる、答えなくていいわ。どうもありがとう。
I don't even have the chance to talk back. I wonder if being self-sufficient makes it you can't listen to what anyone else has to say.
用事は済んだ。行きましょう。
Okay. As soon as we get back to the pub, Olivia begins boiling the chamomile herb in the water. As grassy, sweet scent wafts through the room. Olivia removes the hers from the water and rinses them lightly. Wraps a thin cloth around them before giving it to me. Huh?
顔に当てておきなさい。腫れが引くから。
There's steam coming out from the lump of cloth in her hands.
早く。
Okay. I take it and press the cloth to my swollen eyelid. The warmth soon spreads across my
今
face.
日はカウンターの奥にいなさい。
Why?
客が引くわよ。ご飯もまずくなりそう。
It's been a few days, so we decide to reopen the pub. It's a small-time pub, but rumors will start to circulate if we're closed for too long. We don't go back to our usual routine. The danger that the watchman could notice that the days we were closed coincided with Ed's death is only going to increase. Will you be fine on your own?
あなたと一緒にしないで。その気になれば全部一人で回せる。
You brought the chamomile for this? Olivia tilts her head to the side and gives me a blank stare. To help me heal?
当たり前じゃない。どこの誰がこんな汚い酒場でカモミールティーを飲みたがるのよ。さっさとその腫れ上がった顔面なんとかしなさい。
Right. Thanks. Olivia crosses her arms and looks away for a moment.
あなた、本当にその言葉が好きね。
I guess this is gonna be one of those tropes. I like him because he said thanks to me. Anyway.
早いな。
Dad and Rob walk in after a while. Dad feels the way with his cane and goes to his usual seat.
たまには外を歩くのも悪くない。
まだまだ元気だね。
当たり前だ。たんまり生きるよ。江戸の分までな。
Dad sits down in his usual spot. Rob sits next to him.
今日から開店していいのね。
こんな時こそいつも通りにしないとな。
そうね。
The last time I saw Ed flashes through my mind. I shake my head to clear the thoughts away. Thankfully, the pain in my face is still very distracting.
それよりなんだこの匂いは。リンゴか。
無能は遺伝するのね。
It's chamomile, Dad. You were in a bar your whole life and you don't know that?
あなたには恥という概念がないの。
Olivia's disappointment is palpable. It seems my impression of her didn't impress her one bit.
カモニール。カモをさばいてカモ肉じゃないのか。
I want to kill myself for thinking exactly that earlier.
ウィルに文才があるのはちょっとした奇跡ね。店主、あなたのユーモアのセンスは壊滅的よ。
I'm so glad I didn't say something that stupid to Olivia earlier. Truly. Customers start showing up after we open the pub. I do as Olivia says and stay in the back cooking and making drinks. After washing the dishes, I find myself empty-handed, though I watch the clients drink for a bit. Everything is just as it was before yesterday. A single missionary who led his people, refusing to bow to oppression, is gone. But the world keeps on turning. My dad and Rob stay at their corner of the bar, sometimes bringing a drink to their lips. We aren't even allowed to mourn openly. We have no choice other than to push these emotions down and watch time pass by. The boisterous chatter of men sharing drinks fills the club. Looking around, I see Olivia smile. I'm glad she's here. She's serving the customers just like always. Our eyes meet. For a moment, her expression darkens, but she quickly chases the shadow away with a smile and turns back to the patrons. Her smile is radiant. It's light and subtle, yet sweet and lovely. Like a lovely flower basking in the sun of a clear day, her rose eyes are still and deep as a moonlit night. Words to describe her beauty just keep pouring into my head. Majestic, tranquil, lustrous, unreal. She has a fascinating charm that takes a hold of you as soon as you lay eyes on her. If I'm to stand on the stage, I need to become like that. None of the customers around her are aware of the shadow looming over her heart. They're just having fun. The mood is so jolly because she's performing. I need to enter her mindset. I need to bring the other members of the troupe along with me. These words echo in my head. Just try to show some interest in girls, would you? You'll learn a lot from actually speaking with them. Watching her laugh, making merry, I try to smile and imitate her expressions. I attempt to smile like her, but all I accomplish is making my tender face ache even more.
何してんだウィル
Nothing. The road is steep and the summit far away, I suppose. In time, the customers leave. Dad goes upstairs, and Olivia and I are left to close and clean up. While we close up, I ask Olivia to tell me as much about theater as she can.
だから商業演劇が成立するようになった一因としてテンブリッジ大学の存在があるわけよ。学問を体系的に学んだ学生たちが演劇に関わるようになって演劇というもののイメージが変わってきたわけ。あなたもそれは肌で感じているでしょ。ここ10年社会の中での演劇の役割が急激に大きくなっている。
I'd say it's still mostly just fun for the masses personally.
それも正しい。でも宮廷演目を目指すなら大衆に寄り添いすぎた内容じゃダメなの。観客を入れている状態で照明はつけられないからグローブ座で上演できるのは夏の間だけ。
I nod.
それはリリー座も他の劇場も同じ。だから次の宮廷演目は必ずこの夏に決まるはずよ。
So that gives us about 2 months then. Even if I write the plays, the problem would be our ability to act them out. Can we improve everyone's acting in such a short amount of time?
バカ言わないで。そんなに甘くない。芝居をなめないで。
So exhausting to talk to her. I've gotten more used to her after spending so much time together, but it can still be draining. All the troops in Tembridge are aiming to be selected, right? Are there any other we should look out for?
いないでしょうね。マーローが雑記作家になってからは海軍大臣一座の一強だから。
But even if Marlowe's scripts are considered to be the best, the other troops must have things they excel at, right? Like troops good at performing comedies, or maybe some have actors that excel at playing female parts.
人気の女役なくはないわね。明日見に行ってみましょうか。
Yeah, we can finish prepping early and get to it.
商店街の広場でいくつかのギルドが公演してるはず。あそこなら全部見ても稽古に間に合う。午前中にはここを出るつもりでいて、私も早めに来るから。
I respond with a nod and we continue cleaning up. Now that our conversation has naturally petered out, only the sounds of our work fill the pub. The next day, we leave the pub early to make it to the square by noon.
ほら、あそこ。もう集まってるでしょ。
Looking in the direction she points, I see a crowd of people. I can hear the more impatient among them hooting and shouting about when the show is gonna start. Whoa! That's a lot of people!
こんな時勢だから誰もが娯楽を求めているけど、本は高くて庶民には買えないし、未だに花形よね、演劇は。
Let's go take a look. A little past noon, the worshipful company of blacksmiths begins its performance. 3 men come out and take turns reciting poems that make me feel like bugs are crawling under my skin.
鍛冶屋ギルドの本はギルド長が自分で書いてるの。若い頃は詩人を目指していた繊細な感性の持ち主だそうよ。
Delicate, you say. What, that man said that?
本人に決まってるでしょ。
Of course.
ごめん何が言いたいのか全然わかんねえんだよ
The heckling only gets louder and louder. There's no need to lower our voices to whisper with all this ruckus around us. Tough crowd.
正直でしょ。ただなのにこれよ。私たちはお金を取ってるからもっと手厳しい。観客の反応の流れを無視してはダメだけど、一つ一つに耳を傾けていたら心折れるわよ。
Truer words had never been spoken. That was pretty short.
自分たちに与えられた持ち時間を認識できている点だけは評価に値するわね。
You're a pretty harsh critic too.
一座同士はどこもライバル。お互い様よ。 うちだって散々言われてるわ。
I see. The worshipful company of blacksmiths exit the stage, and a beautiful woman takes their place. Oh, the men in the audience begin cheering.
パン屋ギルドね。男性人気は圧倒的よ。理由は説明しなくてもわかるでしょ。
Are you sure they aren't actually women?
ウィルもあれくらいならすぐよ。顔はあなたの方が綺麗だもん。
You think so? After that short answer, Olivia turns to me.
あなた、自分の美しさは自覚しておいた方がいいわよ。あのスペンサーが美しいと言ったのは私以来なんだから。
Okay.
さすがに私の方が美しさでは上だと思うけど。
No objections there, ma'am.
当たり前よ。
The worshipful company of bakers. Baker's Place seems to feature a depiction of a real person from the merchant district. I don't know this person at all, so it's a little hard to follow the story they're trying to tell. The story itself seems to rely on the audience knowing the people who work in the district and their personalities. So it depends entirely on prior information that the viewers might have. Still, it's a huge hit among the audience.
この場所だから成立する演劇よね。
Right.
盛大な内輪受けではあるけど、多分今日一番の盛り上がりよ。
The leading actor is impressive. I almost forgot he's actually a man.
モデルがいるらしいわよ。
I see. Just like Kiki, he also made up a character based on the real women in his life. I'd like to see the person in question.
見に行く？
I turn my eyes to an amazed Olivia. Can we meet the person we're using to inspire themselves?
お金があれば。
Where is she?
召喚。
A brothel. The house of temptation and ruination. The place where men go to come undone.
一番人気の人をモデルにして役作りしてるらしいわ。どんな分野でもナンバーワンの人ってすごいわよね。
By the way, I think it's been ages since I read the tips. I'm gonna read the tips during the interludes. So we'll keep this going for now. This is
言
outrageous.
ってくれば？お金を出してあげるわよ。それで芝居が良くなるなら。
No, I'm fine. I resent the idea of my first time being in such a way.
あ、そう。
Yeah, I mean, if my first real partner were to learn that my first experience was at a brothel, how would I?
その話続けなくていい。
Olivia cuts me off.
ブーブーね。
Come on, don't be like that. After that, the worshipful society of apothecaries present the play about the Bible, and then the performances are all over for the day. That was more boisterous than I expected.
場所によって雰囲気は多少違うけど、見に来てる人たちが求めているものは同じよ。日常を忘れるほど夢中になれる何か。それを叶えてくれるなら、身内ネタに溢れた話でも観客は文句言わない。明日になればどんな話だったか、みんな忘れてるでしょうけどね。
So, being too formal and bookish about the stories one tells is no good, huh?
今回の真夏の夜の夢は問題ないと思う。恋のいざこざは誰にとっても身近だし、喜劇だし。
Right.
でも、次に書くのは悲劇にすべきよ。その時どう観客の心をつかみ続けるか。それがあなたの次の課題でしょうね。
I stare at her profile. Why can't I write another comedy?
筆の幅を見せられないからよ。深みのある悲劇をかける自然の言葉は喜劇の中であっても重くなるの。
You know, I always have a belief that comedians are also the best when it comes to if you ask a writer that's good at comedy to write a fucking tragedy. I'm trying to think of situations, but I remember watching some. Oh wait, no, maybe I'm attributing it to the actor because I was thinking about like an actor who is typically in comedies, but the one or two times he decided to do like a very emotional movie. But that's the actor, it's not the writer. Let me think about writers. Anyway, let's get back to this one.
悲劇が評価されてから同じ喜劇を再演すれば盛り上がりは増すはずよ。それにマーローと戦う上で あなたの筆の幅の広さは確実に武器になるの。
What do you mean?
学術的バックグラウンドを持った作家が増えたから演劇の文化的価値が高まったって昨日話したでしょ。
I nod.
その結果どうなったか。
Olivia keeps her eyes steady on me. I return her stare and wait for her to continue.
脚本家の専業化が進んだのよ。例えば刺激に強い作家、喜劇に強い作家みたいに。
I see.
あなたは今回喜劇を書いた。でもその前はリチャード3世を書いていた。あれは刺激よね。
I nod.
正直何人かの脚本家が一つのペンネームを使ってるんじゃないかと思ってた。あなたの作風の幅、一人の人間のものとは思えないくらい広いのよ。物を忘れない酒場の青年とは思いもしなかったわ。
I have the customers to thank for my inspiration.
そうね。その幅の広さはあなたの武器の一つだから、真夏の夜の夢の次は悲劇を書いた方がいい。
Alright, a tragedy it is then. A while back, Rob told me about the story of a Danish ghost. I'm gonna like that one. I was there too, and we discussed story possibilities together. He said when I came up with it sounded like an interesting story. I'll use the story to crush Marlowe.
見る？
Huh? Sorry, it's nothing. I'm just thinking about the tragedy I'll be writing
ア
next.
イディアがあるの？
Yeah, I have an ace up my sleeve, I believe. Olivia stares at me pensively.
今日から書きなさい。初稿はいつ読めるの？
In about 2 weeks.
遅いわ。真夏の夜の夢の初演の日から並行して稽古を始める。初稿が2週間後じゃ間に合わない。1週間であげなさい。いいわね。
I know better than to gainsay you. I know I don't really have a choice.
分かってるじゃない。だってあなたは私の。
Dore. Yeah, I get it. I'll try my best within 1 week.
いい子。
お前どうしたのその顔。
While the pub was closed, I was also absent from rehearsal. Naturally, the rest of the troupe are taken aback when I show up with 2 black eyes. I just slipped and fell, that's all.
歩くの下手くそ。
全体重を顔面で受け止めたってそこまではならないだろう。
いい男が台無しだよ。
We'll heal in time for the premiere. Don't worry. Olivia walks out from the wings, coming our way with her arms spread out.
時間始めるわよ。
ああ、始めて。
今日も耐え忍ぼう。
じゃあな。
I was left panting at the end of the rehearsal. I heard the word dore enough for a lifetime today. The amount of saliva she sprayed on my face from all that shouting must have surpassed my own sweat by now. I remember her yelling, but I don't quite remember quite how and why she was so angry.
さあ、酒場で適当に飲んで。
適当に食べて。
寝よう。じゃあね、ウィル。今日もお疲れ。
Yeah. Oh, wait, Kiki. Do you understand how the characters feel? The whole thing about Helena chasing the man she loves through the forest, their feelings being unrequited.
なんかそんな感じの話だったっけね。
I've been thinking, Helena being so heartbroken might be too much for a comedy like this, so...
大丈夫だよ。悲壮感なんて出るわけないじゃん。この稽古以上の悲壮感なんて演技じゃ作れないよ。
I suppose you have a point. Now, Thomas. It's about the Ferris mannerisms. You understood all Olivia said. I think Puck has the potential to become the play's most popular character who's acted out well. I based him off a klutzy Italian male boy, and...
分かってる分かってる。なんかこんな感じだろ。
Thomas does a strange dance for me. It's weird and uncanny, but there's nothing of the innocent cuteness Puck should have. Oh.
どうせ何したってまた明日全否定されるんだからさ。
Perhaps.
さあ、明日も耐えきれるようにうまいもん食って。
うまい酒飲んで寝る。
Did. Right.
ウィルも早くその顔直しな。
Okay. I see Kiki and Thomas off as they leave the theater. They're not wrong. When I became Olivia's daughter, I also had no motivation for acting. They're the same as I was. I stare at Olivia as she stands on stage practicing her movements. To be honest, it would be far preferable if she were the only one who had to stand on stage. But you can't make theater like that. The performance we saw today at the square looked like a child's play compared to Marlowe's crew. Anyone with eyes can see we're below even that. Olivia has a magnetism that keeps people's eyes fixed on her. It seems like this troupe was established thanks to a part to that. But even that is reduced when she's up on stage. She not able to be who she really is. That fact was brought home hard to me today. Men are willing and happy to be fooled, even if it's by a fake woman. well, some people. Well, never mind. If Olivia were able to act as herself, the troupe's popularity would skyrocket. But during the plays, no one realizes her true nature. On the stage, she's a man. At the drop of a hat, she can become a handsome nobleman, all while retaining that attraction of hers. She devotes herself to practicing her craft. She seems made to stand on the stage. Yet, she can't do it as her own person, because she's a woman. She has no choice but to pretend to be a man, but she shines the brightest when she performs as herself, as Olivia. I watch her for what seems like hours. Ah, that's right. I suppose my job is to help her stand on stage. I burn everything about her into my mind and make it mine. That's a good shortcut.
忙しそうだな。
Yeah, thanks in no small part to you. I wash the dishes and cups as they pile up before me. Maybe people are making up for the time we spent close.
ちげえよ。オリビアの功績だ。
間違いね。
Rob and Dad laugh out loud. I listen to them with a weary smile on my face. Rob, there's something I'd like you to get for me.
なんだよ。
I tell Rob.
はあ？なんでそんなもん？
Because I will be using it. I can pay too. Think you can get it for me?
貴族の誰かに言えば譲ってくれるかもしれんが。どうすんだそんなもん。
ウィル、エール3杯追加。
Coming right up. The pub is full tonight. Ever since Olivia started working here, it stopped being an unusual sight. Everyone comes to talk with her. And now the food is actually okay too. It's pretty much all down to Olivia. Now it feels like Olivia is the owner and I'm simply the helping hand. I serve 3 cups and place them on the counter. Olivia takes them and swiftly delivers them to their tables. If the customers order more drinks, they can talk to Olivia when she brings them over. Our daily sales of ale has increased by an order of magnitude since Olivia started working here, which in turn has made the relationship with our ale supplier a lot more amicable. It's giving us better deals and even giving us bottles of alcohol I'd never heard of before, which in turn attracts drinkers with a taste for unusual and rare spirits. Our sales have increased, and the amount we purchase with it. One of the reasons we closed down after what happened with Ed was because we needed a plan around this new money flow. Once the rush of food order calms down, I direct my attention toward Olivia. She rests her left hand on the back of the chair and puts her right on her hip. I try mimicking her pose, even how she sways her hips as she walks.
何してんだおめ
Not now, please. This is important.
え。それが
どうしたんだロブ。
旦那の息子がなんかこう腰をくねっとさせてる。
なんで俺の息子が腰をくねっとさせてるんだよ。
大事なことなんだそうだ。
I keep observing her until it's time to close. I discover many things. First, Olivia never turns her back on customers. Even when she picks up drinks, her body is always facing the tables. She always stands firm. Her back is always ramrod straight. Her usual emotional demeanor is concealed, and the feeling that she's hiding something behind that smile gives her an air of otherworldliness. I feel like I'm unraveling the elements that make her so irresistible and appealing one by one.
今日から書くんでしょ
Huh?
悲劇。
Olivia says as she wipes the table. Yeah, I guess I need to get started.
どんな話なの
It's about revenge.
復讐
Yeah, that's the main theme. A downward spiral of revenge that results in tragedy. The absurdity of the play's world press upon the audience as they watch the main character become consumed by Hakuchuumu. That's the story that's burning inside of me. I feel like that's the theme I must devote myself to right now. I'm taking it back to the day Ra told me the story about the royal Danish ghost. As I play it back in my mind, I write down the keywords I'll use. Compared to a king who sticks around after death, the son of his strikes me as a little spineless, don't you think? Ed's words echo in my head. He was right. The protagonist of this story is vindictive, weak, and obsessive. His obsession for revenge is directed at his mother and uncle, and of course at himself. It's a chain that drags him to his own personal hell. A Danish prince whose father was killed unjustly and is tasked with taking revenge. His name is Hamlet. Yeah, I remember hearing the name from a bookseller who was returning to Denmark. I sound out the name several times and decide on the pronunciation. It has a nice ring to it. Hamlet. Anger takes over his heart and drives him mad. I'll put parts of my own anger into him. My rage isn't so feeble as to be sublimated by this. I can feel it coming out my every pore, calling for blood, but I can't let myself be driven by my rage. That's why, Hamlet, you will go mad in my stead. You will burn out in the blaze of revenge and hatred for me. Revenge will beget revenge. It will consume the ones you love and drive you to ruin. And I will be with you all the way to the end. I will depict your struggle and your pain. The seething anger that empties in my chest, I will put it down onto paper for posterity. The further you go, the stronger you burn. People won't be able to look away from your pain. Yes, you'll be driven to the very edges of your sanity. The point where a quick death would be preferable to the inferno that your light will be. What will you think when you are on the brink? What words will come out of your mouth? To be or not to be? Yes, the ultimate choice will be thrust upon you. But you can't afford to let the sweet embrace of death tempt you. The ghost of your assassinated father is your curse, Noroi. Yes. Yes. I never felt such an exhilarating response before. This work, is it? Ed, you said this was an interesting story. I swear, I'll make this a masterpiece that will go down in history. By the weekend, my face is completely healed. Ra delivered what I asked for 2 days after I made my request. Where did this go? Like this? I figured out how it works piece by piece. Ah, I see. So this goes here. Impressive. How they could use such a complex thing. Okay, I'm ready. I go out into the darkened city. I inhale and exhale. In my head, I picture Olivia. I've been watching her closely, memorizing every move she makes. All of it comes back to me now. Using those memories as a base, I imagine myself taking a step forward as her. I can hear my footsteps. Occasionally, I pass by other townspeople. Feeling gazes upon me that I never felt before in my life. I keep walking through the city streets.
違うわね
Atop the stage, I repeat the same movements again and again. Every time, I make minute adjustments. Finally, I find the motion that pleases me. It flows well with the rest. I repeat the movements until the correct manner is imprinted in my muscles, so I can perform it without conscious thought. The day of the premiere is approaching. I've taught Will as much as I can about theater, but his performance hasn't improved much. I thought I had finally found someone who can bring out the beauty of female roles. Perhaps I must have taken reins this time as well. I need to make sure everyone's eyes stay focused on me. Sure, The acting will fall flat overall, but will at least make it something presentable. The performance of the rest of the troupe might be unbearable to suffer, but below all that, there's a strong foundation of Will's writing, an authentic story that speaks of the human nature and touches the heart. A universal message that resonates with people through the ages. Beads of sweat roll down my brow. A cold night breeze envelopes my heated body. It's about time to go back. I need to rest so I can be up bright and early tomorrow. My sleep was always shallow, but these days I've been sleeping soundly. Perhaps the fatigue is catching up to me, but the time I spend in the pub always seems to be over in the blink of an eye. After wiping myself down and getting changed, I leave the theater. The first time I read Midsummer Night's Dream, my heart was aflutter and my senses danced. But now I'm completely exhausted. As things stand, being selected for the court performance seems beyond our reach. We're lacking in so many aspects. If the troupe can't hold together without Spencer's patronage this summer, it'll be the end of it. Spencer's planning to move to the new world, and he's almost had enough of my constant evasion of his marriage proposals. Live or die, this is my last chance. If I miss it, I will be Spencer's little doll for the rest of my days.
何のためにここまで来たのよ。
Sighing, I murmured that to myself. When I lower my gaze from the bright moon, I catch sight of something out of the corner of my eye, something exuding elegance and grace. I only realize that I am looking at a woman when we pass each other. My head whisks back out of reflex and I chase her with my eyes. Waist-length golden hair sways beautifully as she walks. I got the impression that she was smiling when we passed each other. We know who this is. My imagination may perhaps. Either way,
珍しい。
it's unusual to see a woman walking alone this late at night. She doesn't look like a brothel worker. Her scent is different, and she doesn't have that air about her. Why did I turn around to look at her? Why am I staring as she walks away? I vaguely keep my eyes on her until she disappears into the night. I don't think I've ever looked back at someone like this. Not once in my life. I guess she's not immune to her own charms, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's the first time she encountered her own charms. Okay, give me a second. All right. I raise myself up as I open my eyes.
カイト、おはよ
Ohaya.
う。よく眠れた？
My silence is met with a confused tilt of her head. I see Izumo and Lepkun come into the room, but I raise my hand at Izumo to keep her from speaking up. Izumo said that Yonagi would regress, but to me, it looks like she's displaying more emotion than before. I must be imagining things, and decide to try something we've done before to see how she reacts. If she really is regressing, then Yonagi,
うん
do you want to play?
うん。
What do you want to do?
お芝居見てみたい。
A theater play? I turn to Izumo. I'm not expecting a positive answer, but I gotta ask.
アーカイブ映像なら閲覧できます。
Videos, huh? Okay. I look back at Yonagi. Does that sound good to you?
うん。
Well, you heard her.
レクリエーションルームにタブレット端末があります。こちらへ。
They only have a tablet. They don't have a huge ass TV in a futuristic place. But okay, man.
演目は演目。
A A Midsummer Night's Dream from Shakespeare.
わかりました。
Izumo hands us a tablet device, and the screen displays people wearing clothes I've never seen before acting out the play. Maybe my memory's just busted. Maybe the people of this city wear stuff like this. No. Just looking for Izumo's attire and the whole Silly's design, I can tell that this video was recorded in a completely different time period.
この役者さん上手。
You can tell?
役者さん
I think they're speaking in French or something. Yanagi nods in response.
なんとなく
I remember Olivia's demanding standards from the dream.
この役者さん力入りすぎ。この役者さんやる気がない。
Whoa, you have no mercy.
私が演出つけたい。
You like plays?
うん、好きだよ。自分じゃない誰かになるの好
I see.
き。でも自分でいられる時間はもっと大切。
What? I think on her words for a moment. The time she can be herself?
パックだ。いたずらっ子の妖精パック。
She happily mutters to herself. I peer down at the screen in her hands. That's a really cute boy.
うん。
The closing of a curtain signals a scene change. Eventually, the pair of women, a man and woman, wander into the forest and start arguing with each other.
この舞台女の人も立ってる。
Oh, you're right.
よかった。世界が変わったんだね。
Yanagi has a sweet smile on her face as she watches. After looking at her placid expression for a bit, I turn to watch the play together with her.
お腹すいた。
I like how the memory kind of coalesced with like her time as Olivia when she's playing out Olivia. So her comment was like it's as if Olivia made the comment, but she's also aware that she's actually Yanagi. Anyway, she mutters in the middle of the third act. Want to go eat? She bobs her head. I raise my face and look at Izumo. She nods in response and quickly heads out of the recreation room. Let's go. After finishing our meal and going back to the room, Yanagi falls asleep. The contents of the dream seem to align with what she wanted us to play. It'll probably be the same with the last one too. According to Izumo, the next big change will come. When will we finish? When we finish the dreams, huh? Soon we'll arrive at the end she spoke of. The most efficient way to get there remains the same. Keep sleeping. I lay down on the bed, close my eyes again.
Are? ウィルはどうしたんだ？
塩を取ってくるって2階に行ったけど、そういえば遅いわね。
サボってるんじゃないのか。
もう閉店だから困りはしないけど、なんで私に立たせてウィルが休んでるのよ。
I grab the closed sign and walk to the entrance. But then, a woman walks into the pub. There's something familiar about her. I stare at her face for a moment. She gives me a small, timid smile. I remember that smile.
あなた。
The woman from that night. The one I crossed paths with on my way to the manor. That's definitely her. I just know it. A rush of joy courses through me. Ever since then, I've been curious about what kind of person she is.
お一人？
She
カ
nods.
ウンターでいいでしょ。どうぞ。
I watch the woman as she walks through the counter. She's no ordinary person. I realize that straight away. There's the gait of a person who stands upon the stage. Her movements are so graceful and ingrained that they blend into her everyday motions. It's something only another actor would notice. I want it. I want her in my troupe. Holding back my excitement, I go behind the counter.
何飲む？ 付き合うわ。女同士気軽に飲みましょう。
Still silent, the woman points to the bottle of aquavitae on the shelf. It's a strong spirit that we recently got in stock. He gracefully places a shilling on the counter.
瓶ごとってこと？
He nods. He manages to make that nod look like the most beautiful thing.
いける口ね。いいわ。
Good taste. I think he's playing. He's repeating the same thing that he experienced when he met with Olivia when she first arrived there. This is they're going full circle here, man. I take 2 glasses and pour the Tectoni liquid into them.
ねえ、勝負しない？潰れた方は相手の言うことを聞くの。
The woman's eyes glimmer with a mysterious light when I say that. A smile touches her lips. It seems like she's finding the idea amusing. Takes her glass and raises in front of me.
今宵の出会いに。
We clink our glasses together. The hard spirit burns its way down my throat, but stronger than I expected. I try to remember the number of cups of ale I shared with the customers today. I stopped counting at some point. If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have stayed sober. I feel the tension mounting in me after the first drink. I take a short, shallow breath, so heat doesn't show in my face. The woman is already waiting for a refill. Her glass set on the counter.
女同士の優雅な喧嘩だ。
喧嘩じゃないわ。ガヤは黙ってて。
オリビア、分が悪いんじゃないのか？
うるさいってば。
By the time I lose count of how many cups we shared, my stomach is ready to regurgitate everything I forced into it. But I managed to suppress the impulse somehow. I'm at my limit. I can't control my breathing either. My breaths feel warm and damp. To think there's a woman alive who can drink more than me. No. If I was sober, it wouldn't even have been a contest.
強いわね。
Olivia's eyes are still steady. I drain the liquor poured into my glass. When I put it down to the counter, some liquid still remains in Olivia's glass. I smile, snatch that glass, and drink the remaining liquor in it. Olivia's face is a mix of bewilderment and frustration.
分かってる。私の負けよ。
Well, he's kind of cheating here, though.
綺麗ね。あなた。名前を教えて。
I stare right into her eyes. I can't take it anymore. I burst into laughter right in front of her.
え？
Her eyes bulge out in absolute astonishment. Ralph freezes in his seat as realization dawns upon him. I don't think I need to get my name, do I?
おいおい。
ウィル？
I nod cheerfully. For a moment, joy and excitement flickers across her face. Only to absolute rage and inferno in her eyes. Olivia raises her right arm slowly. Delivers the strongest slap yet directly to my face. It takes but a second for the pain to spread throughout my skull. What was that for?
生意気なのよ。奴隷のくせに私を騙したな。
なんだ、何が起きてるんだ。
とびきりの美女が来たと思ったら、旦那、あんたの息子だったよ。
何言ってんだよ、ロブ。
言葉の通りだよ。
生意気。生意気なのよ。私の奴隷なのに。
I like how this conversation is going.
でも素晴らしいわ、ウィル。よくやった。
She's too drunk at this point. She's sorry. She's down for the count.
潰れた。
This is new. I wasn't joking when I said I wouldn't have lost if I was sober last time. I lay my hand on her head, where it rests on the counter. It's surprisingly petite, I notice.
ああ、その服、俺が持ってきたやつか。
Yeah, you didn't notice?
いや、中身なんてろくに見てねえし、女物の服なんて見たって何がどうなってんだよな。
なんだウィル、女装してんのか。
Yeah.
見たかったな、それは。
Okay, the dad likes it. Okay.
いや旦那、笑い事になんねえくらい綺麗なんだこれが。オリビアが2人いるみたい。
I feel a bitter smile creep up on my face. That would only make sense. I stole from Olivia to create this woman.
余計面白いな。恥ずかしくないのか、ウィル。
It was embarrassing at first, but our troop has to beat Marlowe, and this is what I need to do. I can't afford to let myself be frozen into inaction by embarrassment. And I turned to Olivia, sleeping soundly face down on the counter. Olivia has done nothing but help me since the day we met. I want to live up to her expectation at least once.
そうかよ。
なんだか冷やかしがいがなくてつまらん。酒でも飲んでよーっと。
パパも。
いや旦那はダメだ。おとなしくしてろ。
くそ。
I lay the drunk Olivia on my bed and go to my desk. I can hear her peaceful, even breathing. I stare at her for a moment. Peacefully asleep like this, she looks like an entirely different person. It reminds me of watching my mother sleep in the same bed when I was a child. The script for Hamlet lays atop of my desk. His revenge is the mouthpiece for my anger, and now he's aiming that anger against his own mother. I feel like something's off. The ghost of his father, his uncle who stole his mother from him, and Hamlet himself. I don't feel like the mother should be at the center of his revenge story, but the same mother decided to start sleeping with the brother of her husband immediately following his death. Surely Hamlet would see that as a weakness of women manifested in her. But being able to recognize their weakness is the first step in forgiving weakness in others. I remember Ed's words. I feel like I finally understand what he meant by that now. Yes, Hamlet's obsession self-questioning lays all his weaknesses bare. And at the end, he forgives her? His dead father, murdered by his own uncle. He wants revenge for this injustice. It's simple, and in that mad rush for vengeance, his mother ends up dead. But that wasn't what he wanted. A sliver of forgiveness dwelt inside his heart, and that is the biggest of tragedies. The deadline's creeping up on me, and the person who imposed that unreasonable deadline is snoring away on my bed right now. No rest for the wicked, I guess. I mutter to myself as I let my quill flow across the paper. Next morning, leaving Olivia to sleep, I go downstairs to arrange the chairs in the pub before taking a nap. After that short nap, I woke up with faint aches all over my body, and here I thought I had completely healed for that savage beating the watchman gave me. A weary smile on my face, I get up and slip behind the counter and begin doing the morning prep. After a while, I hear the steps of someone coming down the stairs. It's Olivia. The color strangely drained from her face. Good morning. How are you feeling? Stares at me, her breathing ragged. Her pale complexion could be due to the hangover. Maybe her blood flow isn't so good. But somehow, I feel like that's not the whole story. Huh? Almost noon, I think. Olivia frowns and her expression hardens. You're still mad at me? I know it was sneaky of me to see you, but I... Huh? Olivia walks to the door at a swift pace and throws it open. I'm guessing she has to go home at Spencer's estate and be his slave. Shit. And I can imagine Spencer's gonna be angry. Hey, what about rehearsal? By the time words leave my mouth, she's already gone. What's her problem? I was careless. I relaxed my guard completely. I always have to be back before Spencer finishes his fun for the night. And just when I finally saw a flicker of hope for the troop, how could I have endured so scrupulously up until today? Only to slip and fall now. My head is throbbing. The drinks from yesterday pull heavily in my stomach. I can smell them on my breath, but there's no time for me to wait to sober up completely. Maybe Spencer decided to play around until noon today. I can but hope that's the case. I run down the streets in the manor while pulling up my messy hair and tying it into a ponytail. Stepping into the entryway, I take a minute to get my breath back. A butler comes over with a cloth. I use it to wipe my sweat.
スペンサー様お部屋
The butler nods. I bite my lower lip in frustration. I didn't make it in time.
ありがとう
I take a deep breath and head into his room.
誰だい？
オリビアですよろしいでしょうか
ああ、オリーブか。いいよ。Come in.
Coming. Lavish moans from the other side of the door. He must still be trying to satiate the insatiable desire of his with those two. A sigh leaves my lips. My head is still above my shoulders, at least for now. But nothing has been solved. Not really. There's only one way out for me. To be selected for the court performance. To show our ability and to be put under the patronage of the royal household. If I am to continue acting, I will have to speak into the ear of the queen and influence the royal household so that the laws themselves can be changed. I had no other choice. Now that we're being ruled by a queen who is sympathetic toward theater, this is my chance. After finishing getting ready, I head to the theater. Olivia is there before me, and rehearsals are as per usual, but...
ストップウィルはいいだいぶ良くなったわトーマスキキ話にならないあなたたちの品のなさが全身からにじみ出てるキキヘレンはね食べ物に困ったことなんてないのよ男にはモテないけど育ちが悪いわけじゃないわいあなたのようなコソ泥とは違うの意識を変えなさいわいトーマスあなたもよ妖精のパックは利口ではないけど邪悪ではないのあなた鏡見たことある邪悪そのものが服を着ているみたいだわ
Oh god. Okay, thanks.
生き方から見直すの芝居をなめないでここに来てから意識したって遅いわ自分の日常を変えてわーい
Her orders are more nonsensical and erratic than before. Her face is still pale. Her breath still stinks of alcohol if you're close enough. Sometimes she puts a hand on to her head, no doubt nursing a headache. It feels like she's lashing out her anger at the rest of the troop members.
ウィル
Yes?
動きはいいわ目を引く書いた本人だけあって全体の流れを止めない動きができてるセリフはもう少し練習して私の真似をするならそれでもいい声色もっと高くできるならそうしてもいいやりすぎなくらい作ってきて用意してあるものを稽古で削る方が楽だから
Alright. Surprisingly, her advice to me is far more constructive. And looks like she's capable of giving meaningful advice to those who surpass her standards. The problem, as I see it, is that those standards are too high.
じゃあ休憩5分ね今のシーンから始めるいいわね
No one says anything.
返事わーい
I chase after Olivia as she walks backstage. Olivia!
何
Her rose irises shine from her narrowed eyes. Managing not to falter in the face of her piercing gaze, I voice my request. Can I sit and watch a rehearsal today?
ウィルは参加しないってこと
I shake my head.
なんで確かにあなたの芝居は良くなっているけど怪我してた時に十分休んだでしょ治ってばっかじゃない二日酔い
No. I just want to see the troupe as a whole perform. I want to see them as fully and objective as possible from a distance. It's impossible to see everything properly while on stage.
何のために
We barely have any time until the premiere. What's going to happen if things keep going as they are right now? I'm sure you're aware nothing good is going to come of this. Olivia sighs while holding her head. Looks like the hangover hit her hard. I know that pain well myself.
今日だけこれきりにして他の団員も真似してサボる口実にするかもしれないから
That'll be enough. Thanks.
必ず何かの成果を上げることいいわね
After the break, I move back from the group to distance. where I can watch them perform as a whole. As always, Olivia's watching in front of the stage, instructing everyone about their movements. If there's anything that deviates from her instructions, she stops the practice on the spot. The member that made the mistake is thoroughly scolded, while the others simply stare into the distance with vacant eyes. When she gets mad at Thomas, his eyes meet Kiki's, and he makes a flippant gesture with his hand. For a moment, I shudder, but Olivia seems oblivious as she keeps shouting in his face. I see. He finishes grilling Thomas after a while. He seems to have internalized the movements Olivia instructed in his own way. After a long pause, they resumed rehearsal. Not from the beginning, but from the point where she stopped them. You can't possibly memorize the flow of the scene after an interruption like that. I tried connecting the first half with the second in my head. It's all messed up even for me, so I imagine it must be worse for them. Okay, I see the problem. They end up in a situation they don't even try to finish the entire play. And it's so disruptive, it's hard to get a full grasp of how they should move. They should, Olivia should finish until the end. They should finish the entire thing. At least until the end of the act or something. Then that's where she recommends them instead of stopping in the middle. Yeah, that really is harder to internalize. Goodness. The rehearsal is over. The rest of the troupe leaves with sad shoulders and tired expressions. Rather than relief at it being over, they all seem to be weighed down by the fact that they'll have to endure the same thing all over again tomorrow. The play is supposed to be a comedy, mind you. Yes, many things in fact. Let's talk at the pub. We still have time before we open up. The first thing I learned is that if things continue this way, we don't have a hope of beating Marlowe come premiere day. It's not about each actor as an individual. We're not organized as a group. Olivia's staring into my eyes. Right now, most of the rehearsal time is eaten away by you scolding anyone that makes a mistake. Not that your guidance isn't helping them. There's always a visible change in the members as you scold. That's quite remarkable. Yeah, ironic indeed. Currently, the person who needs to change their attitude the most is you, Olivia. Her rose eyes flare with anger and indignation. Ironic, isn't it? I shake my head. Let me go through some points. First of all, the way you're going about things right now is woefully inefficient. Do you remember how many full scenes we rehearsed today? And it's not just today. It's been this way ever since the scripts were handed out. The only time we've been able to make it to the last line was during the first group reading. Let's exchange putting on a play for making clothes and think of it from that perspective. Right now, you're fussing over the placement of every single button on your blouse. But we haven't even started to work on the trousers. No matter how perfectly placed the buttons on your blouse are, everyone will laugh if you go out in your knickers. In fact, the more beautiful the buttons are, the more ridiculous the whole situation appears. He's being defeated by a poet. No matter how ill-fitting or dirty the clothes we wear, we must first be fully clothed before we even step on the stage. We need time to run through the whole rehearsal without interruptions, at the beginning of the day and at the end. With this play, I think we can match it. For scripts with longer acts, they can be separated by curtain calls. During the intermissions between acts, you can come in, you can grill them relentlessly for their mistakes as much as you want, just like always. Let's agree on a simple sign you can make for me to look out for. I'll remember for you. I'll memorize them all, I promise. Well, considering Will is a fucking as photographic memory, this really works to their advantage. I Why not? I'm confident. Let's at least give it a try.
いいでしょう。
And
まだあるの？
Olivia is not taking it as well. You're stunting the group members with your criticism. It's fine if you have to force yourself to do it, but please, look for something good in each person's performance and praise them for it.
はあ？なんで私があなたたちの精神までケアしてあげないといけないのよ。
Because you're the leader of this troop.
だったら言われた通りに動くのが団員の役割でしょ。
You're talking about what a slave would do.
同じ。だって全員私の奴隷なんだから。
Even if that's true, I think you should forget that during rehearsals.
なんでよ。奴隷に休みなんてない。
Does the audience come to see a troop of slaves? I don't think so, do you? If there's no trust between the leader of the troop and the actors, it'll all be for naught. Do you want the troop to be chosen for the court performance or not? Do you want to whip slaves or do you want to train actors? Think twice before answering that.
さっきから黙って聞いてれば。
I think you injected quite a lot, actually.
うるさい。信頼関係。笑わせるわね。あなたたちがこの劇団のことを陰でどう言ってるか、私が知らないとでも思ってるの？
Oh, this is an egg in the chicken kind of problem. She doesn't know why. You know, yeah. You know, this is why the praise stuff comes along, because it's a way to just like. Well, you know, the reason why they're doing all those back talk about her is because she spends too much time not dealing with them as people, but dealing with them as slaves. So naturally, they'll act as if they hate the fuck out of her, right? Wait, I'll be right back. I need to grab some water. All right, I'm back.
信頼されたいなら、まずそれにふさわしい行動を示してみなさいよ。求めてばっかりいないで。
Olivia,
何よ。
I could say those exact same words to you. Let's just give it a try tomorrow, please. You want to do this for the last showing of Jewel Malta, right? We had no time to lose.
気に入らない。
Stand for what?
下り顔で正論言ってるのが気に入らない。あんたばっか冷静なのも気に入らない。だいたいあなた、私のこと何回お前って呼んだ？オリビア様でしょ？もう忘れたの？
I forgot.
私の劇団なのよ。稽古の方針は私が決めるの。出しゃばらないで。
Okay, what do you want to do? Olivia's breathing is ragged, her lips quivering from all the shouting.
あなたが言った通りにやってみるわよ。
It's a good thing she's rational. I mean, not just rational, but she eventually calmed down and thought about the bigger, what's the bigger thing she has to worry about. Olivia murmurs, each word physically paining her. After we close out the pub, I go upstairs to keep working on Hamlet's script. I can see the end already in sight. Hamlet's revenge tragedy begins from a dialogue with the ghost of his father. He plays the part of a madman while he plots his revenge. But the rain madness gets a hold of him and consumes him. The line between sanity and madness blurs. He's questioning his sanity, but no answer is awarded to him. In the end, he loses both his mother and the woman he loved. And he himself is dragged to the eternal sleep. Hamlet is me. The parts of myself that want revenge, but your death shall be in vain. This tragedy is indeed worth telling. Someone has to tell this story for all those souls across the country that burn with the fire of hatred and the need for revenge, just like me. At death's door, Hamlet entrusted all to a friend, so that no one else repeats his same mistakes. If you let yourself be consumed by revenge, you will lose sight of what matters most. That's why the closing line will be, "Thou livest, report me, and my cause I will write. In this harsh world draw thy bet in pain, to tell my story of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts, of death put on by a cunning and forced cause. I cannot live to hear the news of from England. On you, he has my dying voice. The rest is silence."
「今日から稽古の方法をちょっと変えるから」
At the start of next day's rehearsal, Olivia addresses the troupe.
なんで？
ウィル、あなたから説明して。
Why me?
あなたの発案でしょ。あなたの言葉で説明しなさいよ。
Olivia says as she takes a step back. Everyone's eyes are on me. So,
つまり一日の最初と最後の動詞はミスしても座長のストップがかからないってこと？
セリフ詰まっても動き間違えても
exactly. I just want you to focus on performing the full scenes until the end.
マジ？
怒鳴られないの？間違えても
Just remember that when the scene is over, she'll go over all the mistakes and correct you.
なんだよ監修ってがお仕置きだろ。
結局はどやされるわけね。
当たり前でしょ。ぼんやり稽古してたって意味ないんだから。返事は？
わい。
あなたも。
はい。
Well, it's better than feeling like you're walking on eggshells the whole time. I want to see how the play comes together as a whole. Olivia-sama wants to see how it comes together, I mean.
別に僕たちは言われた通りにやるだけだし、そう決まったんならそうするよ。
うんうん。
理解できたなら始めましょう。
Yeah. Now, this approach is supposed to help us visualize exactly what we're working with. She's trying hard to hold back. Hey, Lysander. Say your line.
愛しているハーミヤ、心から。
My good Lysander. I swear to thee, like Cupid's strongest bow. Tomorrow, truly will I meet with thine, and our eternal will come.
やるやる。これで一件落着だ。
ああ、ディミートリアス。やっとあなたも僕の愛に気づいてくれた。
夏至の前の夜、森に入ると真実の愛が見つかると言われている。どうやら私たちは幸運にも夏の贈り物に巡り会えたらしい。
ディミートリアス、もう離さないでね。
さあ行こうハミヤ、私たちの結婚式へ。
Yes, my love.
なんか勝手にいい感じにまとめてくれた。夏の贈り物だって。みんなで夏の夜の夢を見てただけなのに。
Olivia's fuming. You can tell she's fuming. So, this is the end, right?
多分。
休憩よ、休憩。ウィル、全部覚えてるんでしょうね。
Olivia's about to explode. Last night we agreed on a signal for her to make. She used it liberally during the performance.
覚悟しておきなさい。朝までかかったって全員にみっちり稽古するから。
大丈夫かなあれ。
I'd say this is a big step for her. Not jumping on every single mistake she sees and all.
耐えてたかなあれ。抑えきれない怒りで体震えてたよ座長。
顔も真っ赤だったし。
Well, at least we got through the whole thing to the end. Baby steps.
あなたみたいな下品な妖精がどこにいんのよ。それから聞き、ヘレンの一人称は私。ボク何回間違えれば気が済むのよ。あと背が小さい。
You're too short. That's uncalled for.
いや、そう言われても牛乳飲んでも伸びなかったんだもん。
That was so uncalled for. You're too short. What kind of fucking call?
口答えしない。
はい。
This is a mess.
ウィル、あなた目が赤い、寝不足。セリフも相変わらず男が残ってる。
I can't sleep because you told me to.
とにかく全部がダメ。全部。
Can I say something too?
何よ。
All the troop members turn their anxious gazes on me. Generally speaking, it's bad. Pretty damn bad, I can admit that. But I realize some things. Perhaps the way you point out mistakes isn't the most constructive. Maybe you could stand to improve your approach.
なんで火に油を。
どういうことトンチンカンなこと言ったら殺すわよ
Like her eyes are wide open. She's like, this motherfucker. In my scene, when Hernia and Lysander elope and spend the night in the forest. Remember what you told me about Hernia?
いいハーミアは
Hamia. Okay, I'll pronounce
向か
it.
ったのよ貴族の世間知らずの乙女が愛する男と一緒になるためだけに家を出て森で一夜を明かす彼は今夜私を抱くのかしらこんなに期待と不安に満ちた夜はハーミアの人生に一度もなかったそして夜が明けたらその男は他の女が好きだって言い出した
This is the first night she spent outside her parents' home. You said she was a maiden assaulted by a mixture of expectation and anxiety over whether the man she loves will take her or not. Do you remember?
覚えてるわよ
If you look at the scene on its own, that's how it appears, and that certainly adds to its feel as a human drama. But this is a comedy, is it not? If we try to emphasize that angle, won't Hamia look a little too pitiful to the audience? In other words, if we want to take into account how the scene contributes to the general flow of the play overall, maybe it'll be better if we then focus on the performance and her conflicted feelings, right? It may come across too straightforward, but I think Hamia being more confident in cocking the scene will add to the hilarity of it later on. Kiki and Thomas alternate between looking at me and at Olivia. So maybe Hamia could be more confident. Make it clear that she thinks that she has her beloved Lysander in the palm of her hand. And then, when the next night comes, she's confronted with Lysander's change of heart, and Hamia loses her composure and goes into a fit of rage. Wouldn't that be funnier and elicit the reaction we want out of the audience?
余裕を失って怒り狂う。つまり今日の座長みたいなこと。
Alright, things are going to the shitter here. Until now, we've been practicing each scene separately, so this is happening all over. I think you and I, as troop leader and playwright, need to discuss more about the characterization and how the performance will reflect it. What do you think? Oh no, no, no.
今日は解散
That's all she could say. Kiki and Thomas's eyes bulge out in sheer surprise. We go back to the pub, exchanging Nayu a word on the way. Are you okay?
何がよ
It's just that, well,
気に入らない
huh?
別人みたいで納得いかない
Huh?
そんな能力があるなら最初から出し惜しみするなって言ってるのよ
Sorry?
えどうするのよ
Huh?
どう演出すればいいのよさっさと教えなさいよどうせもう考えてあるんでしょ
We talk until it's time for the pub to open. Again, when it's time to close. During those two intervals, I tell her my plan for the play's production.
なるほどあなたの頭の中ではこういう雰囲気の物語だったのねごめんなさい正直汲み取れてない部分もあったでもこっちに持っていった方がずっといい一人一人のキャラクターの心情をシンプルにすることで逆に全体としては複雑な味わいになるわね
Making them laugh in the theater is our first priority. The ironic themes of the story. They'll come to them later in the night, when they gathered at a pub just like this, discussing it over food and ale. When you took me to the square to watch the plays of the shopping district, I realized I should imagine and take into account the kind of life the viewers lead and design a theater-going experience that speaks to them. Olivia stares at me, disbelief written all over her face, simply nodding in response.
なるほど。
And at this point, my script only consists of dialogue. Olivia nods. Maybe I should start writing stage directions too. It'll make things easier for the actors. It'll be clearer for everyone if I add instructions about movements and delivery and between the lines.
いや、このままでいいわ。セリフだけでまず読ませてもらった方が私も先入観なくイメージできる。それで二人の意見を突き合わせた方がいいものになるんじゃない？
I nod in response.
それに今のままでこの脚本を盗まれても私たちと同じように舞台は作れない。それはある意味リスクヘッジになる。私たちの一座には書いた本人のあなたが役者として参加してるんだから、わざわざ書かなくてもいい。あえて情報を削いだ状態にしておくの。
That's a good idea.
私たちのイメージに齟齬があることが分かったんだから、次は最初から演出の方針を話し合っておけばいいのよ。
I nod again. But everything I came up with is still just in my head, just like you said.
言った？私が？そうだっけ？
I nod. I haven't considered the individuality of each member of the troupe at all. I don't know what kind of people they are. That's why I want to leave that judgment to you, leader.
私も知らないけど。
I blink at her. She maintains a blank expression.
どこに住んでるかも知らないけど。
Why not?
逆になんでその必要があるのよ。奴隷の日常生活なんて全く知らないわよ。当然じゃない。
Wait a minute. Then why have you wormed your way into my life to the point that you spend almost the entire day with me?
あなたは替えが利かない。逃がすわけにはいかないでしょ。他の団員ならいくらでも替えが利くわよ。
I'm sure they can tell you feel that they can tell you feel that way.
かもね。隠してないし。
Do you think that attitude will make them feel motivated to act? I'm asking you as the leader of this whole thing.
だって奴隷じゃない。何よ。文句あるの？
Didn't I already tell you? That's the wrong way to deal with them. Have you ever gone for a drink with Kiki or Thomas or any of them? Her eyes widen in surprise and her expression contorts in indignation.
なんで私があんな奴らと。ないわよ。当たり前じゃない。
Olivia.
何よ。
Summon them all here tomorrow. Treat them to drinks with your own money.
なんで私が。
Because it'll benefit the troupe. Even if it doesn't, it can't get any worse than it already is. We have no time, and you need to get to know your whole troupe. At the very least, make an effort toward it. Understood? Late Olivia-sama.
わかったわよ。
Sitting in his usual corner of the bar, my father simply listens to us with a pleasant smile on his face. Today, after rehearsal, Olivia's fidgeting while keeping her distance from Kiki, and Thomas.
疲れた。
だね。帰ろう。
今日も寄ってくだろ。
もち飲まなきゃやってられないよ。
だよな。
待ちなさい。
あ？
まあ、待ちなさい。
You can look at it. I like the
待ちな
expression.
さいよ、あなたたち。
I like the expression in her sprite, man. You can tell she's like, oh man, I'm having a hard time saying this shit. Oh man. She's kind of embarrassed and awkward at the same time.
待ちなさい。そこで待ちなさいって。
待ってますけど。
She's having a hard time doing this. I can feel it in the voice acting as well. Come on. You can do it, Olivia Berry.
そうよね。そうなのね。待ったって何もありゃしないわよ。
Olivia. No.
違う。そうじゃないの。そうじゃないのよね、オリビア。
終わりじゃないんすか？
終わり。終わりよ、稽古は。なぜなら私の奴隷だからよ。
No!
じゃなかった。今日は行くわよ。行くのよ、あなたたちは。私と飲みに。
I like how she's really having a hard time.
飲みに
何を？
お酒以外に何があるのよ。
Almost there. Olivia turns to me, her eyes blazing. I look away. This is her job as a leader. I pray you can find the strength within you, Olivia.
ウィルの自宅は狭くて汚い酒場なのよ。今日はそこにあなたたちは行くのよ。
なんで？
うるさい。
でも
でもとか言うな。
Kiki and Thomas exchange glasses, completely flabbergasted. The scene makes me bitter. Olivia's head snaps back to me, and she walks up to me with her arm held high. No, you're doing well, She slaps me across the face with the force of 1,000 suns. Why?
なんとなくよ。さっさと案内しなさい。あなたの店でしょ。
She's having a hard time. She's having the hardest time right now. It took so much courage from her part. Okay.
まあ行くしかないんだろうね。
みたいだな。
With the rest of the troop in tow, Olivia and I walk to the pub.
悪くないじゃん。
馴染みやすい。全然美味しいものが出てこなさそうな雰囲気がいい。
バカにしないで。今は美味しいわよ。前はまずかったけど。
That hurts.
あれ？ここウィルの家なんだよね。
Yeah, but Olivia's the one who cooks.
は？
なんで？
一緒に住んでるの？
こんなところに私が住めるわけないでしょ。ベッドは硬いし、枕はぺったんこに潰れてるし。
The mere fact that she can describe that shit.
泊まったことはあるんだね。
You just know. I mean, to them it's like you just know.
ない。
ね、
Unlike he's smug there.
不可抗力よ。くだらないこと言ってないで手伝いなさい。椅子を下ろす、テーブル拭く、カウンター拭く、早く。
Olivia, don't make them work. We brought them here to drink. After a while, my dad comes down the stairs.
なんだか今日は賑やかだな。
また誰か出てきた。
That's my dad. He's the owner of this place. Kinda.
ウィル、誰だ？
Troop friends.
仲間？
僕たちが？
Kiki and Thomas exchange glances.
天使は目が悪いの。トーマス、そこ立たない。
ああ、はいはい。
Olivia shouts at Thomas. He quickly gets out of Dad's usual route to his seat.
キキ、手を引いてあげなさい。
ああ、はいはい。
おお、すまんな。
いいえ。
可愛いお嬢ちゃんだな。顔が見えないのが残念だ。
僕男だよ。
え、男？その声で？
ちゃんとついてるよ。
チンチンか。え、
ほら。
Kiki puts his head over his crotch.
いや、これは違うだろ。あれじゃねえだろ。
失礼だし、ちゃんと触ってよ。ほら、ほら。
The dad's liking it though. I guess he's into that. For the love of God, Kiki, what are you doing to my father? When the pub opens, Olivia's regulars are quick to fill the remaining seats. The members of the troop sit at the counter together. All of them look in pure disbelief as Olivia serves the customers.
優しい。
怒鳴らない。
楽しそう。
親切。
別人みたい。
Shocking, isn't it?
意外どころじゃねえって。
僕、座長が笑ってるの見るの初めてかもしれない。
なんだ満席かよ。
カウンターなら一席空いてるわよ。ロブの定位置でしょ。
お、気が利くね。
Ale, right?
なんだよこの団体様は。
ウィルとオリビアンとこの仲間なんだと。
っていうことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、オリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウィルとオリビアンってことは、ウ
Raga stares at Kiki, who's seated next to him.
僕男だよ。
この痛いけな少女が
可愛いけど男だよ。
チンチンってチンチンか。え、ついてるのチンチン。
触らせてくれるよ。
Jesus Christ, man. Wait.
触っていいよ。減るもんじゃないし。
いや、やめとく。なんか触ってみたいと思ってる自分がすでに怖い。
可愛い触り心地だったよ。
Jesus Christ. Okay, Dad.
触ったんかこの猛録じじいは。
なんか別のものみたいだった。
失礼だし。
The pub stays busy for a while, but as the night rolls, vacant seats start opening up. Come join us, Olivia.
分かってるわよ。
Olivia stands beside the counter. How about we all share a toast together?
そうだね。
ウィル、少しは店から出してやれよ。一緒に芝居してんだろ。
気持ちだけで十分よ。そんな余裕ないでしょ。私の劇団なんだから私がちゃんと払う。
オリビアはパトロンみたいな立場なのか？
Yeah, something like that. I can hardly say that Olivia's a fellow performer. Right, everyone?
そうそう。
当たり前だよ。オリビアは僕と違って本物の女なんだから。
そうか。スペンサーと共同でパトロンやってるってことか。夫婦なのか？
Oh, no, no, no.
夫婦ではないわ。
ああ、婚約者？
かもね。
Everyone's good with ale, right?
問題なし。
How long have you two known each other?
どんくらいだろう。
ロンドンで空き巣した時からだろ。もう15年くらいか。
What? 15 years? What? Is I know Thomas looks like Winnie Plus, but Kiki looks like looks like a teenager, like below 15. I guess he's I don't know, maybe he's 20 plus. I don't know, man. The design is kind of, well, I guess Kiki's design is meant to be like confusing. Whatever.
そんなに経つか。
15年？ちょっと待ちなさいよ。キキ今何歳なの？
俺より年上だよね。
What? But Thomas looks like a fucking old dude. Excuse me?
化け物ね。
何？泥棒なのお前ら？
元ね。
それも貴族専門のね。
途中で貴族相手には盗むより騙す方が得だって気づいたな。
そう。それで石ころ売るようになったの。偽宝石。
飛ぶように売れるの貴族バカだから。
でもスペンサーにバレたの。
審美眼は他の貴族とレベルが違うからね。
That line, everything which glitters is not gold. That's a line from, I can't remember what story, but that's a famous line.
美しいものを目の前にするとそれしか見えなくなる。ある意味純粋。
Pretty pure. What the hell?
でも美しくないものには容赦ない。あんな出来の悪い偽物を屋敷に持ち込むだけで自殺行為よ。
怖かったね。
怖かったっていうが不気味だったね。
何言ってるのかよく分かんなかった。
So, Olivia paid for you to for you two before he could have your heads cut off.
どんな話にもこういう小物出てくるじゃない。デコボココンビの道家みたいなの。
確かに。
そんな役だったら演じるまでもねえな。
素でいけるね。
That right in. I see. So you can put people in roles that fit them, so it's easier for them to adapt. I fold my arms and think, perhaps we're doing something fundamentally wrong with that regard.
今ウィルたちが稽古してる演劇って俺がウィルに頼んだやつ？
Huh? Yes, the same one.
イタリアで本当に聞いてきた噂話のな。
噂話？
ウィルはよ、おかしいぐらい記憶力がいいのよ。覚えがいいってよりは忘れられないってレベル。
I suppose that's fair to say.
で、この場所にはさ、テンブリッジはもちろん各国を回ってる俺みたいな行商も来るわけだろ。そういう客の土産話をこいつは片っ端から覚えてるわけ。
Some talkative fellows like Rob who like to gossip over a drink, and others are booksellers. Books are too expensive for me to buy, but while they are here, I memorize the contents of all books they bring with them, sell to nobles.
それをネタにして脚本書いて金稼いじまうんだから、よく考えたらひでえ話だよな。
なるほど。
その盗みなら絶対捕まらないな。
バカじゃないの。そんな簡単に真似できるわけないでしょ。それにその仕入れた話の要素を取捨選択して編纂しているのがウィルの真骨頂なの。他の人には無理よ。
この店では無能なのにな。
その通り。
なあ、俺の噂話は結局どんな芝居になったんだ？
初日見に来なさいよ。来週には初演。
あっという間だ。
劇場か。見てみたかったな、ウィルの芝居。
I glance at my dad. Olivia also directs a sympathetic look his way.
なんちゃってキキのあれ触れたからいいや。
What?
僕のあれの方がウィルの女装より可愛いよ。
What the fuck? You stop saying that word. It's gonna give me nightmares.
みんなセリフ覚えてるわよね。
一応。
Why?
朗読劇をしましょう。セリフだけに集中するのもいい稽古になる。
お、聞けるのか？
ただの公開稽古よ。大根ばっかなの、残念ながら。
よかったな旦那。ウィルの書いた芝居が聞けるらしいぞ。
愛しているハーミア、心から。
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, but keep it strong as bow. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thine, and our eternal will become.
やれやれ、これで一件落着だ。
ああ、ディミートリアス。やっとあなたも僕の愛に気づいてくれた。
夏至の前の夜、森に入ると真実の愛が見つかると言われている。どうやら私たちは幸運にも夏の贈り物に巡り会えたらしい。
ディミートリアス、もう離さないでね。
Beatrice.
さあ行こうハーミア、私たちの結婚式。
Yes, my love.
なんか勝手にいい感じにまとめてくれた。夏の贈り物だって。みんなで夏の夜の夢を見てただけなのに。
なるほどな。
芝居になるとこうなるのか。面白いな、これは。
We hold an impromptu recitation of the lines for my blind father. Olivia decided to fill in the role of one of the actors who couldn't come to the pub. Or that's the excuse we gave, since she's the main character.
でも確かにお前ら下手だな、トーマス、キキ。
才能ないんでね。
可愛いしか取り柄がないの。
おいウィル、パックっていたずら小僧がモデルだろ？
Yeah.
店主、どう思った？
いや、俺はてっきりキキがパックだと思ってたが。
だよな。
でもいたずら小僧って僕こんなに可愛いのに。
でも男なんだろ。
いっそ男の子って言葉でも作りゃいい。
Femboys. It's the same Steins Gate joke, man. It's the Steins Gate joke. And now we have femboys in the story.
天使、そんな業の深い言葉が生まれるようになったら世も末だよ。
確かに。
Yeah. Fuck the fairy should have cuteness that transcends gender. If Pup becomes the main attraction of the play with Kiki in the role, I'm sure it'll get the audience talking and excited.
でもじゃあヘレンはどうするの？
Thomas will be Helena.
ね、俺が女装すんの？
さすがに無理がない？
It's the same thing. It's the same thing we were talking about earlier. If we have Thomas dress up as Helena, their serious scenes won't feel as so heavy. Herenya's beloved is stolen by Helena, remember? What if Helena looks like Thomas?
笑うしかないわね。
確かに。でおい、
僕がバックできるかな。
ウィル、パックとヘレンのセリフ書ける？
Sure
キ
can.
キとトーマスは台本読みながらでいいからもう一回やってみましょう。
愛しているハミヤ、心から。
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, like Cupid's strongest bow, tomorrow truly will I meet with thine. Our eternal will become.
やれやれ、これで一件落着だ。
Oh yeah, I think it's better.
ああ、ディミトリアス、やっとあなたも私の愛に気づいてくれた。
夏至の前の夜、森に入ると真実の愛が見つかると言われている。どうやら私たちは幸運にも夏の贈り物に巡り会えたらしい。
ディミトリアス、もう話さないでね。
おい、もうちょっとなんとかなんないのかよ。
さあ行こうハミヤ、私たちの結婚式へ。
Yes, my love.
なんか勝手にいい感じにまとめてくれた。夏の贈り物だって。僕のいたずらでみんなで夏の夜の夢を見てただけなのに。
いいよいいよ。
これならウケるよ。さっきよりずっといい。
Olivia. Olivia turns to Kiki and Thomas.
トーマスの演技はお世辞にもいいとは言えないけど、でもきっとあなたたちの芝居は観客の心に何かを残せるわ。悪くなかった。配役はこれでいきましょう。
Kiki and Thomas flush in embarrassment.
褒められた。
私たちが座長に。
Alright.
おいヘレン、下手な女しゃべりが抜けてねえぞ。
How was it? Did you have fun? Both of them seemed stunned by the sudden words of encouragement.
なんかセリフが自然と言えた。
私も。
嘘つき。
I'm glad when I wrote the lines. I was imagining the two of you and how you usually are.
なるほど。
Wait, sorry. I didn't realize it was Will's line. You're not playing Puck. Puck was modeled after you. So this Puck can only be played by you. These lines are for your Puck.
僕専用か。
It's the same for Helena, of course. Thomas' cheeks flushed a rosy pink. Oddly enough, Thomas is a lot more feminine than I thought. I'm honestly surprised.
持って帰っていいから明日までに覚えてきて。できるわよね。
やってみますわ。
いい子たちね。
Olivia smiles, keeping her eyes fixed on the happy group. I stare at her profile for a while. After a moment, she noticed my gaze and turns to me with a displeased expression on her face.
何見てるのよ。
Nothing.
最近あなた生意気よ。
Sorry about that. I am but a lowly slave, Olivia-sama.
呼ぶ気ないくせに。オリビアでいいわよ。もう。
She's slowly melting herself. He's now going. No need to lady me. You honor me, my lady.
黙りなさい。
I break into pure laughter. She pouts, and her lips settle into a sweet smile after a few seconds. One more thing. I finished the first draft. Her eyes widen upon hearing that. Her rose-tinted irises light up in expectation. It's called Hamlet. Muletto. We leave everyone making merry in the pub and head to my room together. Olivia reads the manuscript in silence. Her eyes sparkle with interest. It's enough to tell me that I was able to meet her expectations.
ウィル、
Yes?
あなたは天才よ。愛してるわ。
I like when they randomly say shit like that. It makes my heart skip a beat, but there is no feeling behind the words. An aggressive smile spreads from ear to ear on her face, as if something has taken possession of her.
セリフも良くなってる。真夏の夜の夢の初行とは比べ物にならない。舞台上の動きも見えてきてる。役者の動きをつかめたのね。
Thanks to you.
ただ、
Olivia looks at the last page of the manuscript.
最後の山が弱いわね。毒入りワインで全員を殺すのはもったいない。毒で殺すのは一人でいい。生えないから。
The mother then.
同感よ。母は毒が入っていることを知りながらワインを飲んでもいいと思う。母性が残っていたのかもしれないわね。
I see. In the last scene, Hamlet's uncle tries to take his nephew's life. That is to say, the man who killed his father and married his mother poisons Hamlet's wine. Upon becoming aware of this, his mother drinks the wine to protect him. It's a good idea for a proper end to the tragedy.
オフィーリアはハムレットを愛していたからこそハムレットの狂気に飲み込まれて命を落とすわけでしょ。
I nod.
それならやっぱり最後はレアティーズとの決闘でしょ。オフィーリアという女性を女として愛したハムレットと妹として愛したレアティーズが戦わないとこの物語は終われないじゃない。
Right. I did consider that, but we don't have much time to rehearse. The Admiral's men are the only troop who can really pull off swordplay scenes, right?
その海軍大臣一座こそが私たちの唯一のライバルなのよ。やらないでどうするのよ。
But we only have 10 days to rehearse this. The swordplay would make it flashier, but we can make do with it as it is, no?
やる。書き直して。
You're gonna be Hamlet, right? Olivia nods. You may be able to handle yourself, but you need two for a sword fight. If the other person lacks training, you could get seriously hurt.
怪我と無縁の演劇なんてないのよ、ウィル。書き直しなさい。保証するわ。役者の生傷の一つや二つと引き換えにこの物語を台無しにする気なの？責任は座長である私が持つ。適当な稽古をするつもりはないから思いっきり書いて。遠慮はいらない。返事は？
I blow a sigh of resignation. All right.
いい子。
I take my quill and sit at the desk. It's been a week since we adjusted the cast roles. We finished rehearsing. As the quality of rehearsals improved, so too did the quality of the play. Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And now, at last, it's premiere day. A mood of excited tension can be felt in the faces of all of the troupe members. The theater is full, but there's a certain feeling of equivocal hostility that makes it hard to believe that it's our own theater. The news of my scuffle with Marlowe spread not only among the theater crowd, but across all of Tembridge. Viewed between the best of Tembridge, the Admiral's men, and Spencer's troupe, led by Olivia, and infamous for their shoddy acting. The Globe Theater is filled with sneers and loud mocking comments. We all form a small circle behind the stage.
満席よ。心地いいわね。
I like how he is, you know.
大丈夫なのかね。
あら、緊張してるの？
同じく。
そう。 理由を教えてあげる。あなたたちはこの冷やかしの空気を覆したくてしょうがないのよ。もう芝居はあなたたちにとってただ過ぎ去るのを待つだけの苦痛な時間じゃなくなった。今日までの稽古の成果を見せつけたい。でもうまくできた時とそうじゃない時の落差が怖い。だから緊張している。おめでとう。今日は役者としてのあなたたちが初めて舞台に立つ日よ。ウィル、あなたもね。
Yeah.
大丈夫よ。どんな失敗も私がカバーしてあげる。あなたたちの座長は舞台に立つためにこの世に生まれたのよ。私たちならできる。いいか。
さあ、本日皆様にご覧いただきますのは4人の男女と僕、妖精パックが織りなすほんのひとよの恋のドタバタ劇。
かわいい、かわいいぞかわいい、かわいい。
恋、それはまるで夏の夜の夢のように儚く甘美なもの。
嘘だろ、冗談だろ。かわいいオブかわいいなんだが
夏至の森に迷い込んだ4人の男女。
でも舞台に立てるのは男だけだろ。どういうことなんだ。チンチンついてるってことか。あの子にバカ言え。
その胸中にはそれぞれの思い人がいるのでした。
Yesterday, I added some introduction lines for Kiki to recite. The plan is to hook them in with Kiki and hold their interest by making them look forward to him appearing again. After the introduction, you can feel the attention of the whole venue converge on us. The next part seems to be over in the blink of an eye. I go upstage and play the hernia I based off Olivia's mannerisms. I immediately tell my performance takes the audience breath away. Breath that Thomas, as Helena, proceed to turn into laughter in mere seconds. It's a series of ups and downs between tension and loud laughter. Olivia's performance pulls it all together, so the interest doesn't fizzle out at any point. The Midsummer Night's Dream that we created ended up as a play with a wide range of emotional fluctuations.
夏至の前の夜、森に入ると真実の愛が見つかると言われている。どうやら私たちは幸運にも夏の贈り物に巡り会えたらしい。
ディミトリアス、もう離さないでね。
ヘレン、キモいぞ。くねくねすんな。
さあ行こうハーミア。私たちの結婚式へ。
Yes, my love. The Kiki pops up from the wing of the stage. The audience immediately begins cheering for him.
なんか勝手にいい感じにまとめてくれた。夏の贈り物だって。僕のいたずらでみんなで夏の夜の夢を見てただけなのに。
パックこっち向いてくれ、パック。かわいい。
So kawaii.
すごくない？
Why is Kiki's expression like that? It's like he isn't happy.
こんなに起きるもんなの？
当たり前じゃない。誰が稽古したと思ってるの？
Even Olivia looks beside herself with joy. To be quite honest, I'm relieved. While we were still rehearsing, I dreamed several times that all our jokes fell flat. The audience liked the play more than I ever dared to imagine.
すごい。まだ聞こえてくる。
鳴りやまないな。
ウィル、
Huh?
あなたを待っているのよ。行ってきなさい。
詩人が出ていかないと収まらないよ。
仕事増えてやんの。
Are you sure I should go?
あなた以外誰が出るのよ。行ってきなさい。観客、それもあなたの大切な仕事よ。ウィリアム・シェイクスピア。
As I step onto the stage, The cheers coming louder, like a gust lifting me up into the air. I can't help but smile at them. Oh, are you watching me from up there, Ed? Just as you said, our story reached the hearts of so many tonight. You can see it from where you are, can't you? I raise my hand to acknowledge the jubilant applause, which only makes the cheering grow even more intense. I regard the audience on the ground floor, and they salute the ones in the second and third floors. Someone calls my name. My name is now engraved in the memories of all the audience members as the author of this play. The globe buzzes with pure excitement emanating from the crowd. Here I am, basking in their unbridled adoration. Olivia was right. Surely, a man can grow addicted to such a thing. A pleasure that overshadows even making love to a woman. Not that I would know of. I can't tell for certain, sadly. Oh, I guess he's gonna have his first H scene soon. But it certainly is the best moment of my life. I turn backstage. Olivia's clapping, a pleased smile gracing her face from ear to ear. Looking at her that smile, I realize that perhaps it's the reason I have been writing stories up to this day. When the realization dawns upon me, all the sounds become muted around me. She's beaming, smiling with her whole face. Her bright rose eyes shimmer like jewels in the shadow behind the stage. I stare right into her eyes. She gives me a short nod. In a daze, I lost myself in her eyes. Olivia keeps clapping her hands joyfully. After a while, she explodes in laughter. With an amused smile on her face, she points me to the audience with her chin. But looking at anything but her smile would be the gravest of sins for me. I want to stay in this muted world, watching her smile for all eternity. There is no wish more fervent in my heart. Alas, the roaring cheer pulls me back to reality. I turn back to the audience, and I raise my arms towards them again. They keep calling my name in standing ovation. I'm glad to be able to write. I'm happy I joined this group. I'm infinitely thankful to Olivia for showing me the world beyond my narrow counter. I'm glad we met that night. Of that, I am certain. And that's what happened.
大成功だった。僕たちの初演。
And it's time to celebrate, of course. But I don't see Olivia anywhere.
座長はあとトーマスも。
Publisher takes a long time to take off the makeup. He's not used to dealing with dresses yet either.
その姿も客に見せてやればいいのに。
なんだ、そんなに盛況だったのかよ。
もう大成功だよ。終わった後、客席のみんなずっと僕のこと探し回ってたんだから。
それでいいのかよ。
Sure, it's fine. I'm sure the audience will talk Kiki up all around town. And the ones who get attached to him will keep coming back for sure for more.
それじゃあそのうち飽きられるだろう。
In the meantime, we'll rehearse for a tragedy to change up the mood for today's comedy. They'll shake up the audience and get the whole city talking about us. It seems the queen decides which troupe will perform for the court next based on what plays people in town are talking about. So, we're trying to get our name out there. We don't have a huge repertoire of plays to draw from like the Admiral's Men just yet. So, that's our best shot.
なるほど。
その知恵をちっとでもこの店で使ってたら、今頃風水広場のど真ん中に支店があったんじゃねえのか？
I'm not made for this kind of work, you know, and you know that.
よく知ってる。
その悲劇ももうどんな話か決まってるの？
Yeah, I finished writing it. Actually, I wanted to talk about it tonight. But they're taking so long. Should we begin without them?
でも今日は座長なしで始めるのはな。
Kiki says, his shoulder drooping a little. Seeing his disappointment brings a smile to my face. We're a real team now, I feel. I'll go fetch him. It must still be at the theater. Let's see if she doesn't bite my head off for trying to give her orders.
鹿盗むなよ
I won't. Thanks for the concern. You can wait here for us. Drink all you want. Just don't get drunk.
待ってるよ。
At last. Finally. I made it. The ear-splitting cheers. The satisfaction painted on the faces of the audience. As soon as I close my eyes, they come back to me as clear as the light of day. The stars look so near, as if I could reach out and touch them. Will kept his promise. I wanted him to do whatever it took to move me to tears. That's what I ordered him to do when we met. And he kept his promise and did so much more. On the day of our first performance, he's a great man. No, he became a great man. He overcame all the challenges I had him face these last few days. I remember the day he tried to steal the deer. Well, the way his eyes resemble those of a lost child brings me a smile to my face. That sheen of anxiety is gone from them now. Today, he stood on the stage as a man, imposing and respectable. I need to be careful around him from now on. Or he might very well end up stealing my breath away. His Amiya was beautiful beyond words. I wipe away the tears, pulling at the corners of my eyes. I can't be seen by the other troop members being this sentimental. We merely took a first step. With them by my side, I am sure we can aim for the moon.
座長
トーマス、何よ、何してるの？
メイク落とすのに時間かかって。
簡単に流れるものだったら汗で落ちるでしょ。慣れなさい。
よし。この後ウィルの店ですよね。
そうね。着替えてから行くからトーマスも先に向かってて。
はい。
先に始めるんじゃないわよ。
はいはい。
I watch the lanky man, crashing his face as he walks away. I still find it hard to believe he can perform a comical role so well. He can add a gesture like him to any play we make. Even in a tragedy, you need to add a character to add some levity to the proceedings. I never imagined the day would come when he would become an invaluable asset to our troop. When Thomas is gone, I turn to the wings of the stage.
今度は何なのよ。
Oops. When I turn around, I find myself staring at the person who I want to see the least in the world. Why? Why now? I bite my lip and repress the shudder threatening to rack my body.
スペンサー様。
見たよオリーブ。珍しく盛り上がっていたね。
いえ。
あれを書いたのは近づきのあのボーイかい？確かそうシェイクスピアだ。
はい。
オリーブが正しかったね。確かにあの場で首をはねるより美しいものを見せてもらったよ。
ありがたいお言葉です。
彼女もいいね。あの妖精のパックだっけ？とってもキュートだった。あれもオリーブと同じかい？シンクルがあるふりをしているガールなのかい？
いえ、彼は男です、スペンサー様。
素晴らしい。じゃああのボーイにはボーイがぶら下がってるってことなのかい？それをこう小鳥のようについばんだらさぞエキサイティングだろうね。
Exciting.
今度ぜひトギとして連れてきてくれよ。
はあ、都合の合う日があれば。
でもね、やっぱり一番輝いていたのはオリーブ。
喜ばしい限りです。
その断層とてもスリリングだ。ああ、抱きたい。男でも女でもない美しい優を怪我したい。Right now、 今すぐに。
Right now.
それはお許しを、スペンサー様。
What？ 俺今なんて？
What?
今日までの稽古で疲労が溜まっております。それにこの場は劇団員も出入りする私の一座の劇場で。
ストップ。オリーブ、ミーは誰だい？
I can feel a building ire behind his words. Even now, hearing that tone makes my body tense reflexively. I'm so pathetic. I hate that I yield to this man out of fear. I hate it with every fiber of my being.
Who am I? ミーは誰だい？
Wait, what did he say?
Who am I? ミーは誰？
Who am I?
ハロルド・スペンサー様です。
そう。そして You はオリビア・ベリー。You はミーの？
I really like how they're using English here.
答えるんだ、オリーブ。You に聞いている。
奴隷です。
だよね。そのルールを忘れてはいけない。この劇場だってミーのものだ。ミーの劇場の中でミーの奴隷に何をするかはミーが決める。ミーエンドミーだ。
Me, and then to be.
どうか今日だけはお許しください。劇団員を待たせております。どうか。
I lower my head to him. I don't want this. Not today. Just one day. I want to enjoy this happiness Will gave me. I don't want it to be crumpled and broken like this. Not like this. I don't want my memories of this day to be marred to this man. I don't want to remember this day as yet another one where I was violated.
どうか。
中に入ろう、オリーブ。
Spencer yanks my arm and drags me backstage.
次はない。そう言っただろう。中に入ってズボンを脱ぐんだ。上は着たままでいい。今日はボーイとしたい気分なんだ。命令だ。
His whisper freezes me to the core. The man's voice is a curse that robs my body of its freedom.
はい。
Doing as he says, I turn on my heels and walk to the antechamber. I run back to the theater. By all accounts, I should be tired, but I feel strangely light on my feet. Even my labored breaths feel wonderful in my chest. I notice another figure running down the street heading in my direction. I can't help but smile.
あれウィル。
The familiar lanky man swaggers his way down the street. Where's the leader?
まだ劇場にいたよ。なんかぼーっとしてた。
My smile turns a little bitter. Is she still basking in today's success? That's Olivia I know.
みんなは？
Waiting at the pub. You go on ahead, I'll bring her over.
オッケーオッケー。また後で。
The theater comes into view. It's hard to believe that this quiet place is full of cheer and joy until not so long ago. I hurried through the gates, impatient to see her. Oh man, he'll watch it. He'll get his first taste of NTR, man. Huh? But she's nowhere to be seen. It's a little too late to be changing clothes. I know for a fact that she, more than any of us, wanted today's play to be a success. I was certain she would be standing by herself on the stage getting sentimental. I'm sure she doesn't want the others to see her like that. That's why I thought, come alone. I'll look over the stage. Time I spent on it was the best of my life. All eyes were on us. The audience laughed at our jokes and applaud until their hands were sore. That moment was so special that I forgot all about my contest with Marlowe. First day she brought me here. Olivia must have been looking at the stage with the same feeling I have now. When I remember that night, a smile comes to my lips. Step by step, I approach the stage. I stand where Olivia stood during rehearsals, a position from which you can overlook one end of the stage to the other. And then, from the backstage, I hear the thud of something falling. Olivia? Are you there? The backstage area is separated by a thick curtain. I reach for the cloth and... You.
You are Shakespeare だね。
You are Shakespeare だね. I really like the Japanese man. Spencer.
なんだい
Nothing.
見ていたよ今日。ユウの作った演劇。とってもエキサイティングだった。この調子でどんどんクリエイトするんだよ。せっかく生きてるんだから。
I will. I was planning to from the beginning.
あと、ユウの女装、妖艶だった。オリーブの奴隷でいるのに飽きたら、B のところにおいで。
Oh, thanks?
まだオリーブには及ばないけどね。でも、ユウの輝きはプレシャスだよ。プレシャスシャイニングボーイだ。伸びしろがあるとミーは思った。
Precious shining boy. Okay.
Good. Very good.
Good, very good. What's good? I can't read. I can't read that shit. I can't read. It's supposed to be French, right? I don't know. Sometimes it says he's talking in Spanish. Sometimes he's talking in French. I think. I don't know. But obviously, when you hear the voice like they're talking in English, and I'm like, yeah.
また見に来るよ。Good night.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's Spanish. Good night. Spencer walks past me and leaves the theater swiftly. What was he doing here? After watching him leave, I go backstage. Olivia. When I call out to her, Olivia's shoulders twitch in the dark.
ウィル
Oh, she's already changed. Shit, man. I thought it would be so bad, like he'll witness them in the middle of the act. That would have been like, that would have been like, oh shit. They were kind enough for our main character of the story. She's changed into her usual dress. Her clothes look a bit disheveled. Maybe she was in the middle of changing. Sorry, I wasn't peeping on you or anything. Her eyes were swimming about. It's late, so I was wondering where you were. Everyone's waiting for you.
そう
We can't celebrate with our leader, can we? She doesn't respond. Something's off. Stare at her for a moment. Turns away from me and speaks with her back to me.
見てたの
See what? Her gaze still wanders. I didn't see you changing clothes.
そう
Then I notice her costume scattered on the floor. Follows my gaze and goes to pick it up in a hurry. What's wrong? You're acting strange. Olivia keeps her head down, refusing to look at me. Did something happen with Spencer? Did he do something to you? Her head snaps back to me, and I see fear in her eyes.
どうして
Huh? We just passed each other on the stage.
そう
Silence falls. An awkward pregnant silence. That's the first time I heard a term like that. Pregnant silence. What's wrong? Did something happen? At least the writers of I was ready for some shit, man. But like, yeah, they didn't do it. They didn't let Will see that shit, man. Olivia, what happened?
別に何もない。
Don't lie to me. I can't do anything if you don't talk to me.
聞きたいの？言わせたいの？
Olivia sniggers. Huh?
そうよね。言わないとわからないわよね、あなたには。
What? Olivia turns to me, clearly at wit's end.
婚約者に抱かれてただけよ。悪い？
I look at the bundle of clothing she's holding. It's the Lysander costume she wore on stage. Here? Just now?
そうよ。
Olivia answers my question without blinking, like she's just swatting down the fly. I see.
何か文句あるの？
No. Olivia glares at me, still holding the costume in her arms. At a loss, I hang my head and look down the floor. For a moment, I picture them doing that here. But I quickly push the thought from my mind. It has nothing to do with me. It's between the two of them. I don't have the right to say anything. The silence extends.
私は自分のためにそうしてる。誰にも文句を言われる筋合いはない。だって。
She murmurs slowly, each word more marked than the last. I raise my face and look at her. Her eyes seem out of focus.
そうしないと私は生きていけなかったから。あなたにとやかく言われる筋合いはない。後悔だってしていない。
Olivia staring into my eyes. Silent tears trail down her face. You.
何よ。
No good at acting this role. I'm not going to find fault or belittle you. If this is what you want to do, all there is to it. It's just as you say. If you have no regrets and are satisfied with this, I won't say a word. She bites down on her lower lip. The tears keep rolling with no sign of stopping. But it doesn't seem like that's the case.
なんでそんなことがあなたにわかるのよ。
Then let me ask you this. Why are you crying? It seems like she's about to say something, but chokes on her words. Instead, she bites her lips and says nothing. If you truly have no regrets, why do you look so terribly miserable? Olivia throws her costume at me and storms out onto the stage. Tears won't stop. I ran away from him in the heat of the moment. His steady gaze, his words of concern. I simply can't bear it. I can still feel Spencer in me. It's revolting. I detest it with every fiber of my being. I want to scratch at my body until my skin tears and I can scrub out the lingering feeling from within. But I can't find myself with the sensation. I don't want to face Hill like this. Dirtied and sullied. The tears keep falling down my face. They create streaks down my cheeks and run down my neck. Normally, I could stop at the drop of a hat. I could conjure up a bold smile to hide it behind. But this time, I can't. Even though I know I can't afford even 1 second of not being an actress in front of the others. I know this, and yet I can't force my face muscles to make any expression. I can't do anything but cry like a little girl. All the faces I practice just aren't come to me. I'm supposed to be a bloody actress. I hear Will's footsteps from behind, grow closer then stop. Olivia.
来ないで。今来てほしくない。私は今の私は汚れてるから。だから来てほしくない。
Dirty. How? Will's tone is calm and gentle.
全部よ。全部。体も
も。
I say, closing my eyes. I manage to hold back the overwhelming sob threatening to force its way out of my throat.
それでもいいって。私が決めたの。女優になるために、舞台に立つために、必要なら何だってする。パトロンにも抱かれるし、劇団員を奴隷にもする。
The voice comes out like a shivering whimper. That's what I hear as it reaches my ears.
それしか私の道はないの。
I see.
それでも
I look down at my feet. Tears patter onto the dry wood below, one after the other. Tears stream forward without pause.
あなたにだけは知られたくなかった。
I can hear Will's steady breathing from behind me. What kind of expression is on his face as he watches me? I'm deadly afraid to look.
ウィルにだけは知られたくなかった。
Why?
知らないわよ。
If we met under different circumstances, if I were from a different background, if I were born into a family of nobles from the beginning, perhaps I could have honestly told him that I wanted him to hold me, to love me. I would have been able to express my feelings, tell him about this love for him that burns more intensely inside of my chest with every passing day. It's too late now. I am too late. It's been too late since the moment I was born. Will takes another step closer. I can feel his faint warmth on my back, and then he gently wraps his arms around me. I can feel his cheek brushing against my hair.
何してるのよ。
I don't know either. I hear his voice near my ear.
やめて。離れて。
No.
またあなたは後のことを何も考えていない。全く成長していない。出会った時から。
I like to think I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I still won't let you go.
なんでよ。
Because the woman I love is crying in front of me.
バカなんじゃないの。
I muster the courage to snap back at him, but I can't summon the will to move away from him. His warm, gentle embrace. I can't bring myself to leave it. He's holding me tenderly, lovingly. I can feel his resolve, his force, his scent, the beat of his heart against my back. His everything is trying to heal me. Now that I know how this feels, there's no way back.
どうする気よ。こんなことして。
I won't let you go to that man anymore.
無理よ。
Don't go.
無理。
I will save you.
あなたにはその力がないわ。
No,
残念だけど。
I do. In fact, I'm the only one who can do it. Will holds me a little closer to himself. He envelopes me with more force. The only person who can make you shine on the stage is me. No one else in the world. And for that, we only need you and me. We don't need this big theater. Even if we don't have a stage, I'll make you the actress of my stories. I will be the only man in the world to do it. I'll make you an actress. So, please. I continue crying as I listen to his speech. Each of his words seem to permeate my body like a sweet perfume. Don't go to that man anymore. I shake my head limply.
パトロンがいない劇団の役者は不老者と一緒なの。劇団員もそうなる。あなたもよ。
We were all tramps from the beginning. All of us but you.
キキたちにも聞かせてやりたいわね。
Don't go back to that manor again. Stay with me.
だから
I won't let you go until you promise. He's holding me tightly. When did I become this indulgent? Since When have I been this weak as a person? Reality always disappoints. I know that better than anyone, and yet... Instead of shaking my head, I sigh.
バカと無能が映ったのかもしれない。
My mother with a self-depreciating chuckle. Paul doesn't laugh. Olivia. I knock weakly.
分かったわよ。
I place my hand over his. His hands are bigger and stronger than I realize. Good girl. Our steps are the only sound in this quiet city street. I walk in front, holding Olivia's hand tight. She stays silent, clasping my hand in return. A stream of thoughts flow through my mind, one after the other. But there is something I notice in me, a feeling I never had before. Back then, I couldn't protect Ed. This time, I will protect the people I love. I grip Olivia's hand with even more force.
そんなに強く握らなくてもどこにも行かない。
Sorry.
手つなぐだけで緊張してるの？可愛いところあるじゃない。
That's the woman who was crying just now.
それ、みんなの前で言ったら殺すわよ。
As if I would.
デリカしないからね、あなた。
That goes for you too.
確かにね。
Olivia bashes me verbally, but doesn't let go of my hand.
みんなに伝えた方がいいかな。
What do you mean?
スペンサーの援助がなくなること。みんなに渡している生活費も払えなくなるかもしれない。グローブ座もスペンサーのものだし。
Let's decide what to do tomorrow when we're all together. Today, everyone's waiting to enjoy a good time with you and making merry. I'll have to tell my father what's happening. For now, you can live with us.
そうしたい。
Do you have any belongings to bring with you?
私物はほとんどない。必要なものは劇場の舞台裏に置いてある。スペンサーの飾り役を果たすために帰ってただけだから。
I see. We'll manage. Our pub isn't going out of business anytime soon. The troupe will be fine.
そうね。
I can feel her tightening her hand around mine. Are you nervous?
殺すわよ。緊張なんかしてない。あなたと一緒にしないで。
That's the spirit. A smile at her sullen face.
ビル、
Yeah?
私を受け入れてくれて感謝してるわ。ありがとう。
Okay, who are you? And what did you do with Olivia?
うるさいわね。
I squeeze her hand again. She returns it with a squeeze of her own. Slowly, we walk side by side through the night.
やっと来た。
遅すぎんだろお前ら。
Sorry all, we thought it would be good to prepare for tomorrow while we were at the theater.
先に飲んでないでしょうね。
散々待たせてよく言えるなそれ。
飲めなかったっすよ。後が怖すぎて。
いい子ね。
Okay, let me get us all some drinks.
私も手伝う。
I pour ale into the cups, and Olivia gets the cups into people's hands. Eventually, everyone has a cup of ale, except for my father. He looks miffed, sitting in his corner holding a cup of water.
みんな、初日お疲れ様。いい出来だったと思うけど、まだまだ改善の余地もある。明日は開演前に稽古する。飲みすぎないように。いいえ。キキ、あなたは今日この一座の看板役者になったのよ。自覚を持って。
僕が看板役者。
トーマスも受けてた。飽きられないように気を引き締めて。課題は山積みだけど、私たちなら
Olivia trails off and looks at me.
必ず宮廷演目に選ばれる。そうよね、ウィル。
Naturally. My scripts are the best in the world.
よく言ったわ、ウィリアム・シェイクスピア。
Why do you have to say the whole name? A satisfied smile touches her lips, and she turns back to the others. Looking at her profile, I see the usual Olivia. She's a great actress.
真夏の夜の夢のように儚くも消えることのないこのひとときに乾杯。
乾杯。
なんな、俺らも乾杯しようぜ。
乾杯だって俺水だもん。
じゃねえかよ。ウィルの才能が開花したんだ。喜ばしいだろ。
ああ、まあそうだな。
Rob raises his cup.
江戸に
とわの友情に。
Dad and Rob clink their cups together. Olivia's eyes met with mine. She raises her cup as well. I follow her lead and lift mine. We share a personal toast from behind the bar. We eat, drink, and make merry with the rest of the troop members as the night rolls on. When it's time to go, we see everyone off until it's just me, Olivia, Rob, and Dad left in the bar.
さて、俺もそろそろ寝るかね。ロブ、お前まだ帰らんのか。
これ飲んだら帰るよ。
そうか。じゃあまた。
Dad,
なんだ、売れっ子脚本か。
I need to tell you something.
話なんだよ。
Dad looks up in my direction. I let my gaze linger over the counter for a moment.
あ？何？込み入った話？俺帰った方がいいか？
I exchange glances with Olivia. She shakes her head firmly.
ロブは屋敷に出入りしてる行商でしょ。遅かれ早かれ伝わると思う。構わないわ。
All right. I step out from behind the counter and face both Rob and my dad. I'd like Olivia to live here from now on.
あ
なんで？
Why, you ask?
だってオリビア、スペンサーの婚約者だろ？帰らなくていいのか？
婚約なんて結んでない。対外的にはそうなってるし、それを望まれているのも事実だけど。
何？どういうこと？
オリビア、そんな大金持ちに言い寄られてるの断ってこいつにするの？
後悔するぞ。
That's not what this is about, Dad.
しないわ、後悔なんて。
I stare at Olivia's profile in disbelief. She gives me a small smile that turns back to my dad and Rob. The two of them look from one of us to the other. Olivia blows out a small sigh and speaks.
変われたのよ、私も。
The two of them look at her. I also turn to her. What? What do you mean?
私、この国で生まれたわけじゃないから。
出身は隣の島か。
Olivia nods.
ここに連れてこられて、兄弟は新大陸の奴隷に出された。私は競売にかけられた。見た目が良かったから。
She's from an island to the west of England. What's the west of England? It's. She's from the Scandinavians. What the fuck? Wait. Never mind. I wouldn't think about this in a little bit. I wouldn't think about this for now.
どこにでもある話でしょ。
You. We're a slave too?
そうよ。
Dad, Rob and Dad simply look up at her in silence.
なんで？
そういう環境に生まれたからでしょ。人が奴隷になるのにそれ以外どんな理由があるのよ。おお、鹿を盗むとか？
Olivia says, working up a smile. That's an exception.
そうね。言っとくけど、私だったら盗んでたわよ。失敗したことはなかった。そうしないと生きられなかったから。貴族に生まれてくる人が理由を持たないのと同じように、奴隷に生まれてくる人にも理由なんてない。生きていくために必要なことは何でもやった。仕事がない時は人から盗んだ。幸か不幸か、人の命を奪ったことはないけど、必要に迫られればやってたかもね。
I'm speechless after hearing about Olivia's life. But at the same time, a lot of things make sense now. Why her manner of speech is different from all the other nobles. Wait, sorry. My sense of direction is correct. It wasn't the Scandinavians. I'm talking about, it should be like Iceland or Greenland. Anyway. Why a noble like her would know how to cook and clean? And then Rob picked up on all that as soon as she started helping in the pub. Olivia was always different from the image I had of aristocracy. I feel like all those incongruities are coming together now. Though she wasn't born a noble. No, even now she doesn't truly have the freedom of a ruling class.
家族と離れ離れになって競売にかけられた私をスペンサーが競り落とした。
競売って。じゃあなんで婚約者だなんて話が湧いてきたんだよ。
結婚したいとは言われてる。私はスペンサーの奴隷よ。変わってるわよね。
まあスペンサーなら。
そんなにけったいなやつなのか、そのスペンサーってな。
He's a deviant. I can never see any rhyme or reason to what he says or does. Olivia nods in agreement. So does Rob as he downs his cup of ale.
そういう境遇にいたからあなたたちと思いが重なっている部分はある。
そうか。あの島は。
I hear that Catholics account for more than 80% of the population.
16年前のピュリアス放棄の時に私と兄弟は捕虜としてこの国に送られた。
Oh, Ireland! Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's also Ireland. My brain. Yeah, I forgot. It's in the west. Okay, my Irish friends will kill my ass, man. Wait, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry. I got distracted with something else. Anyway, yeah, the Irish. My Irish friends will kick my ass. How can I forget about them?
生まれた島で空腹の極限にいた時に火の衣をまとった男が一かけらのパンをくれた。
火の衣。
枢機卿か？
A meaningless smile crosses her face.
私たちもそう思った。本当に信じる者には救いの手が差し伸べられるんだって思った。でも近づいた時にすぐ分かった。その男のマントは異様に生臭かったから。
Oh, it's crimson, not because it was like dyed red. It might have been dyed with something else.
赤黒い血に染まってたの。人買いだって気づいた時は遅かった。
I know it.
私と妹は別々の家に売られて何軒かの家でいいように使われたり逃げ出したり、そんなことを繰り返してテンブリッジにたどり着いた。スペンサーに買われて今日から奴隷だと言われた日はもうこの世に抵抗する気力も残ってなかった。スペンサーに連れられて宮廷のきらびやかな演劇をこの目で見るまでは毎日が灰色に見えていた。
No one
比喩じゃなくね。
No one dares say a word. Olivia continues talking.
だからスペンサーの婚約者ではない。それを餌にして私の劇団のパトロンになってもらってたのは事実だけど、私はそうやってこの劇団を維持してきたの。
She falls silent, having finished her tale. Can I ask a question? That's
なんで
sorry.
オリビアがそこまでするんだ？オリビアは要はこの劇団のオーナーなんだろ？その口ぶりは。
We finally come to the heart of the matter. Until now, we kept the fact that she acts on stage hidden. The idea of a woman dressing as a man is looked down upon and decried even among athletes. I would have liked to sidestep the topic if at all possible, but
私は舞台に立っている。男装して。
Olivia tells them the truth, resolute and decisive.
私は女が舞台に立てないなんて間違っていると思う。だから宮廷演目を目指しているの。
Rob squints at her.
どういうこと？
I haven't heard about this from her either.
宮廷演目に選ばれた上で実力を認められれば宮内大臣一座になれる。それはこの国で一番女王に近い一座ということ。女を舞台に立たせない。この法を変えられる人物がいるとしたら。
芝居好きのエリザベス女王か。
Olivia nods.
それはまた正気の薄い戦いだな。
でも私の生きる意義はそこにある。人に夢を与える舞台に女が立てないなんておかしい。舞台に立つ人間がどうして性別で制限されるのよ。
Rob and Dad simply stare at her in silence.
演劇のきらびやかな世界が私の毎日にまた色をつけてくれた。あの日の芝居がどんな内容だったかはもう覚えていない。終幕の時には 理由も分からずに泣いていた。私は自分も舞台に立ちたいと思った。私の人生を取り返すにはそれしかないと思った。だから死に物狂いでこの一座を育ててきた。
Now she turns to me.
そしてやっと見るという才能を手に入れた。私にとってはこの一座で演じることが生きる希望なの。
なるほど。
Silence fills the room. A long, heavy silence. I imagine a young Olivia in my mind. Hearing her talk, I understood immediately that she has many more bitter memories locked away inside of her. Compared to her, I certainly am a pampered, lust boy. I pitied myself and thought of myself as the center of the world. It was all about me and not getting what I perceive as my right. But that was before I met her. Now, this troupe isn't just yours. Iki, Thomas, and everyone else are desperate to improve. I want to do everything I can for this troupe as well. Now that I know about all the sacrifices you had to make, I need to do something about it.
オリビアを今の環境から救い出してここに住まわせたいってわけか。
Yes.
なるほど。
でもよ、お前ら今日初演だったんだろ。明日からどうすんだよ。
Well, I figured to cross those bridges as I come to them.
行き当たりばったりだな。
グローブ座はスペンサーのものだけど、仮に明日私たちが追い出されてもすぐに借り手がつくとは思えない。幸い初演の評判は良かったし、明日も私たちの芝居を見にたくさんの観客が足を運ぶと思う。貴族といってもスペンサーの階級はジェントリーだし、今は新大陸に移住する準備で何かと入りようだから、芝居の入場料を賃料として納めればビジネスとして貸してくれるとは思う。お金の流れに関してスペンサーは冷徹に判断するから。
ジェントリーにしちゃ随分派手な生活してるな。
審美眼と天性のビジネスセンスでしょうね。彼がいいと言ったものは確かに本質的にいいのよ。
なるほど。そのスペンサー御用達のこのロブもまた本物を提供する男と。
それは知らないけど。
それでウィル、お前は俺に何が聞きたいんだよ。
Huh? I wanted your permission to let Olivia live here with us for now. My dad looks up at me while I trip over my words. Even if there's no light in his eyes, I still feel like he can see right through me. I wanted to know if you're okay with it.
俺がダメって言ったらどうすんだ？諦めんのか？
No.
話を聞いてると生半可な覚悟で手を出していい女じゃなさそうだぞ、オリビアは。そうだろ、ロブ。
まあトゲトゲしいしな。
私の性格の話じゃないでしょ。
Olivia interjects, but my dad keeps his eye on me.
お前、そんなことでいちいちお伺い立ててるようじゃ、貴族様からオリビアを奪うことなんてできねえぞ。鹿とはわけが違う。
その通りかもね。
Alright. Dad's absolutely right. I take a deep breath. Olivia will be living in our house from now on. I'm sorry if that's a bother for you, but I hope you'll be understanding.
はいよ。
若いってのはいいね。
I turn to Olivia. You can sleep in my room today. I'll sleep on the floor. Olivia nods in response. I will go and negotiate with Spencer, so tell me the cost we'll incur to keep the troupe going and our projected income. If we need new works to keep afloat, I'll write as much as we need.
でもスペンサーとの交渉はさすがに私が。
I hold up my hand in front of her. This is my job. You don't need to see that man ever again.
店主さんよ、ご子息ずいぶん頼もしくなったじゃないの。もう一回乾杯しとく？
どうせ水だろう。
中身なんて何でもいいじゃないか。ほれ。
まあ、そうだな。
今日1階席にはまだ余裕があったでしょ。詰めればもっと入ると思う。食事も今日は売り切れてたから明日はもっと増やしましょう。機械損失を防げば3割増しくらいにはなるんじゃない？
Is that all the proceeds?
そうね。
How about the expenses?
団員たちには週給って形で渡してる。最低限だけど。
Olivia writes down the amount she's giving each person. Hey, why didn't I ever get money like this?
あなたには現物支給でしょ。店手伝ってるじゃない。どんだけ売り上げに貢献してると思ってるのよ。ずうずうしいわね。
I know, I'm just kidding. How much should we estimate for the Globe's rent?
そうね。あの広さなら。
Olivia writes down the amount. Are you serious?
キャパシティはこの店の200倍よ。当然でしょ。それに
Olivia writes another amount of money below that. What's that?
身請け代。奴隷が自由を手にするには所有者に払うしかない。
Owner. Her mouth becomes a hard line, and she hangs her head. Okay, I'll pay. I'll negotiate if we can pay in installments. We finish calculating all the expenses, and consider our current admission fees. Well, we need a full house every day, huh?
そうなるわね。
No holidays for us, it seems.
もともとそのつもりではあったけど、怖いのは観客の飽きね。
Well, they really need to get Hamlet out, I guess.
出来がいいとはいえ今は1本しかない。1ヶ月間観客を1本でつなぎ止めるのは難しいかもしれない。
Let's begin rehearsing the tragedy's first draft as soon as we can. How much time do you want to spend rehearsing Midsummer Night's Dream before the performance tomorrow?
そうね。明日は1時間欲しいけど、明後日からはそんなにいらないと思う。
Rather than keep tweaking our work to perfection, I want to get the audience excited and give them something new.
でも明日の1時間はどうしても欲しい。その後の時間は新作の稽古でいい。
How much time do you think it'll take to have Hamlet in a good place? All 5 acts, I mean.
本当だったら1ヶ月はかかるわよ。どうしたって。でもそんなにかけていられない。
2 weeks. No. 1.
10日。最初の5日は1日1幕ずつみっちり作る。後半の5日は毎日通し稽古。それでも特感だけどやるしかない。
But we could maybe announce we're presenting a new play on the 7th day and premiere it on the 8th, if we feel the troupe is ready for it.
何度も奇跡が起きて全てがうまくいけばね。10日より短くすることは考えない方がいい。公演しながら稽古するのよ。
Right. 10 days from now, we'll add Hamlet to our repertoire. Even if we have 2 plays to perform, we can't have 2 showings every day, can we?
無理ね。2本目の冒頭で夜になる。
How about we start at noon?
新作の稽古ができなくなる。5幕の本番が2回だと役者の集中力も持たない。それはあなたも今日分かったでしょ。
So, for the next 10 days, we'll continue with a midnight summer stream. Then we'll premiere Hamlet. Do we want to add another one before the court selection?
新作しかないんじゃない。10日目以降、ハムレットを上演しながら同じように午前中から新作の稽古。ハムレットが板についてきたら真夏の夜の夢と交互に上演してもいいかもしれない。10日で1作回すなら同じ観客が10日ごとに必ず劇場に来てくれることになるから。
In that case, we'll be able to pay. A smile touches her lips.
かけるの新作。
I will. I must. Silence falls over the room. Olivia looking out at the window outside the window. The shine of moonlight makes her porcelain skin glow with an almost magical sheen. I feel something inside my chest swell as I watch her. Staying here alone with her isn't good for my sanity. I feel like some kind of beast inside of me is struggling to break loose. I get up and shake my head.
どうしたの？
I'll go talk to Spencer.
今から？
Today is the last day this troupe has a patron. If we don't do things properly, nothing will change. I'll be back.
一人で？
Yes. Spencer and I had to reach a settlement regarding your situation. Her expression darkens. I'll be fine.
待ってる。
I nod, take one last look at the balanced figures, and leave the room. A huge manor looms over me as I stand in the vast patch of land that belongs to the estate. I take a deep breath as I look at over its gigantic opulent presence. I need to face Spencer. I look back on our 2 previous encounters. Has he ever really listened to anything I said? It always feels like he's talking at me instead of talking to me. Somehow, it doesn't feel like we're speaking the same language. I must do this for Olivia. After bracing myself and taking a deep breath, I knock on the door. An elderly butler opens the door and informs that I've come to speak to Spencer about Olivia. After giving me a glance over, he ushers me inside. This is the hall I was brought to when I tried to steal the deer. The butler seems to remember me, which means he remembers the day when I became Olivia's dore. The butler goes up a big flight of stairs and knocks on one of the many doors. Says something to the person behind the door, then comes downstairs again. Informs me that Spencer will be with me shortly and wanders off somewhere. My palms are sweaty. My mom's spaghetti. After a while, the door the butler knocked on opens, and Spencer comes out of the room. Comes down the stairs with the relaxed light steps.
Hi, boy.
It never changes when we encounter Spencer, man. The feeling of talking to Spencer. Good evening.
オリーブのことで話があるんだって？どうしたの？オリーブの奴隷飽きちゃった？
No. From today, Olivia is no longer your slave. If you want money to sell this, I'll pay it. I also want to rent the Glow Theater. Since Olivia will no longer be your slave, it won't make sense for you to be the cruise patron anymore. That's why I come to rent it.
オリーブを身請けするってことかい？ユウ、オリーブの奴隷になったんだよね。どういうこと？今度はユウがオリーブを奴隷にするの？
I shake my head. Olivia will be a free woman from now on. She won't be anyone's property anymore.
そのマネーをユウが払うの？
Money, I always like the conversation with this dude. It's so there's something going on.
オリーブほど美しいガールは2人といない。高いよ。
State your price. The price Spencer tells me is the exact amount Olivia wrote down. It'll be funny if he asked something from Will. I have a weird feeling, man. Spencer's eyes widen in surprise as I nod and accept the offer. I'll pay. I just need to pay in installments.
分割？
What is this thing you call installments? I'll pay for it together with the Glow's monthly rent. You can attach an interest rate to the payments if you want. You can't really rent that big theater to anyone, but people making plays, can you?
それはその通りだね。確かにユウ、シェイクスピアになら貸してもいいよ。でも、払えるの？ノープランで言ってるわけじゃないよね。
No plan. The premiere to play I wrote for the troupe was today. We filled the whole theater and sales were good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I will write 2 more plays this month. If we keep the seats full and attract the audience back every 10 days, we'll be able to pay you.
その後は？
Our troupe will be selected for the court performance. After that, we'll have a new patron and pay off the remainder of our debts.
なるほど。宮内大臣が経費を持つと。
Spencer nods to himself.
いいね。野心的だ。Boys be ambitious. 嫌いじゃないよ。
Boys be ambitious. I like how he said that. Boys be ambitious.
むしろ身の丈に合った野心はセクシーですらある。その野心は。
Sexy. I like it. He'll be like, I'm only gonna agree if you. I feel like something degenerate's about to happen. That's what I feel when I talk to Spencer. I feel like he's about to say something degenerate. Spencer looks me up and down slowly. So this is what I do. This is what I expected. He's about to say something degenerate in the next slide, isn't he?
ユウの身の丈には合ってる。叶うと思うよ。それ。
Okay, that's lighter than I expected. Way lighter. Thanks.
Okay. ディール成立だ。オリーブのことは好きにしなよ。
I like how he's super chill. I thought he was gonna ask something. What?
そういう話じゃなかったの？
Yes, but I heard that you asked Olivia to marry you, and Spencer looks genuinely curious about my confusion. You would let go of her that easily?
No problem. 問題ないよ。オリーブには困ったことになったらいつでも戻っておいでと伝えてくれ。
What the fuck? He's so confident Olivia will come back.
いつでも奴隷に戻してあげるとね。ミーの奴隷の面倒はミーが見る。そういうポリシーなんだ。
Okay, man. Whatever you say. She's not a slave.
オリーブは自分で選んでミーの奴隷になっていたんだ。それはオリーブの選択であってユウが決めることじゃないよ。でもミーは変化は嫌いじゃない。むしろ I like it.
I like it. I like this Japlish man.
まあ頑張ってみてごらんよ。うまくいくといいね。あともう一つ。ユウの目論みがうまくいかなかった時の担保は必要だ。
What?
担保だ。
Wait, what did you say?
担
I didn't hear it. Never mind. What do you want?
ユウがミーの奴隷になるんだ。ぜひ夜はハーミヤの格好で使えてくれ。
Yes, this is the thing I was expecting. But at least it was like a if you fail kind of thing. It wasn't like, okay, I'll accept your terms if you do one thing for me.
悪くない条件だろ。
Alright.
いいね。いいディールだ。気に入ったよ。
Good for you.
I like it.
I like it. Good for you.
10日後に新作だね。ミーも見に行っていいのかな？
Do as you like. I don't have the luxury of choosing my clients.
ああ、ナイスだね。そのむき出しの敵、たぎる熱意、エレクト案件だ。
That erect determination. He actually says the word erect. That's the best part. What did he mean by this?
楽しみにしているよ。よかったら泊まっていくかい？言うならいつでも歓迎なんだけど。
This guy. This dude. No, thank you. Olivia's waiting for me.
ユウとオリーブが、ああ、最高の組み合わせじゃないか。ああ、見たいな。見てちゃダメかな？
He wants to watch him do it. This guy is gonna sit in the cut corner. No, see you in the theater and don't go near the stage.
世知辛いな。
This dude. This dude. I leave the mansion with Spencer's mouse echoing behind me. This degenerate man. The talk went as well as they could have gone. I'm stunned at how smoothly it went, actually. Yeah, I'm surprised how chill Spencer was about it. But he was like, well, if you lose. Well, you know, that's Spencer for you. Now all I had to do is write, but the problem is I have no material. To be honest, I had nothing in my head left that could surpass Hamlet. As I wrote the play, I felt the boundary between Hamlet and myself crumble. If I hadn't written it down, perhaps I would have ended up consumed by my own vengeful thoughts. The act of writing itself can be a form of salvation for the writer. Now that I've finished writing it, I can look back and realize that's the truth. That's why I'm able to keep myself in check. As I work to improve the truth, so people can see and hear what I have to say. All my hatred for Marlowe, because of loss and impotence. I mixed it all together in my internal melting pot, and Hamlet came out. If I want to paint it in a positive light, I could say that I cleaned out all of those emotions. But if I want to be negative, I would say that I'm completely empty and out of ideas. I've come to understand the important points and beats a play must hit upon. And now, I'm unfamiliar with the movements of actors bringing these characters to life on stage. I feel that my technique has improved significantly. I am, by all means, a better writer now than I was a month ago. Yet I wonder, what should I even write? What can I write? What would make Olivia happy? As soon as I open the door, Olivia leaps out of the bed and onto me. I can see the worry clear as day in her eyes. I smile reassuringly at her. It's fine, Spencer accepted our conditions. All we had to do is pay the money we promised. It'll be alright. We just had to focus on the plays. Olivia heaves a sigh of relief.
私の人生にこんな日が来るなんて思ってなかった。あなたが鹿を盗もうとしてくれたおかげね。
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess. Oh shit, I accidentally pressed something. Oh shit, I have to go back. I have to go back. Accidentally pressed something. Backlog simulating.
あなたが鹿を盗もうとしてくれたおかげね。
I guess we can thank the deer indirectly. Olivia smiles, and so do I. Gazing into her face from up close like this, I feel full of happiness, but I feel tense at the same time. This is not but the starting point. We're just getting started. We won't achieve true freedom without putting in the work. Olivia nods. It'll become much more easier when we're selected for the court performance. I don't know how much the Lily Theater makes, but I don't think any other troupe is raising that much money. We have work to do.
そうね。あなたがいれば何だってできそうな気がする。
Olivia says, putting a hand to my cheek. I put my hand over hers and hold it there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to end the recording soon, so I'll finish out the scene and we'll continue this Tuesday? Yeah, I think Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll be doing a rewrite. Alright. Her eyes go wide for a moment.
今から
I nod in response. I think Olivia's like, but this is our time together to do stuff.
次の題材もう決まっているの？
No, actually. But I feel like I need to be at my desk right now. I don't think I'll be able to sleep for a while yet.
明日も公演よ。
I know, I'll catch a few winks. You should go to bed though. You're the head of this troupe. You need your sleep.
でも
I'll be fine. I'm used to this. I need to write something that can bring tears to the eyes of our discerning leader. It's not an easy job.
いいかね。
You're the best boy. Olivia whispers to my ear and plants a kiss on my forehead.
あなたになら書けるわ。
I sit at my desk and Olivia watches me for a while. I barely move my quill. I'm just sitting there, staring at a blank sheet of parchment. I hear Olivia turn over on the bed a few times and sneak a glance over at her. She's sleeping soundly. I can hear her little sighs. Even while asleep, she's as lovely as ever. I can't help feeling that I'm not man enough to be worth the love of such a magnificent person. I just learned of her origins, but she's still spent half of her life among nobility. Even if she made the wrong turn, she would never end up in a rundown pub like this one. Suddenly I feel terribly distant from her, even though we're in the same room. She's so near yet seemingly so far out of reach. Okay, I think this dialogue is him hinting to like he's starting to think about like I can imagine it's Romeo and Juliet. The next thing he's gonna be writing, isn't it? But yeah, him thinking about this is gonna be like that. I realize that I've always had this feeling in my heart ever since the day we met. Although I'm right beside her, I can't quite reach her. How can I make that into a play? How can I express this mental wall I feel between us? I like how we're having the same the mindset of writing is similar with case ones. You know, putting his feelings of a person into writing and all. I need to turn this into something symbolic, something everyone can sympathize with. First of all, perhaps I should start with people who saw one another when we first met. A love between a young bartender and a beautiful noble woman. When the young man sneaks into the mansion, he falls in love with a woman at first sight. He approaches the woman as if feeling full of destiny itself. Wait, what are other Shakespeare's works? Let me quickly look. Okay, so I went to check the list of Shakespeare's works, romance works, and I was like, oh, it's probably not Romeo and Juliet, but it's probably something else. But like, there's so much I can't tell which one's which. But you know what? I'll let the story tell me. Okay, the VN will tell me that. I think I already read this, so let's move. And the two speak of love. I blush furiously when I read over what I wrote in the heat of the moment. It's too obvious and frank. This is a personal poem meant for the two of us. Too embarrassing to even reread. I may have gotten a little too sentimental. I crumpled a piece of manuscript and threw it away. No good. There's no way I could surpass Hamlet with such a simple story. Think, Will, think. I look at my sleeves and recall Rob's rumors. I search through my old notes, but nothing catches my eye. When dawn starts to break, I go down to the pub and take a short nap.
Minna, 稽古の前にちょっといい？
なんす？
いい話と悪い話があるの。どっちから聞きたい？
いい話だけ聞きたい。
同じく。
The rest of the troop members nod in agreement.
いいわ。いい話はウィルの新作の準備ができた。今日から稽古に入る。
今日から？
あれ、今日って2日目ですよね。
真夏の夜の夢の。
そうよ。10日後に新作を下ろす。題名はハムレット。デンマーク王室の物語よ。主人公の優柔不断っぷりが最高。昔の誰かさんを思い出したわ。
Oh wait, I was supposed to end. Okay, let me end this scene. I should have stopped right then and there, but it feels like this is still part of the scene. Let me continue, okay? Olivia glances my way with a mocking grin.
主役のハムレットは私。役作りのために身近な優柔不断男に取材したいところね。
I may not be able to help you there.
あら残念。ウィルはオフィーリア。ハムレットの恋人で復讐劇の犠牲になって狂ってしまう美女。
Right.
トーマスはオフィーリアの父、侍従長のポローニアス。思い込みの激しい無能な男よ。コミカルに演じてくれていい。つまりいつも通りってことね。
厳しいっす。
キキはハムレットの親友ホレイショ。男の役だけど観客は今のキキを求めているから中性的なキャラにしましょう。できるわよねキキ。あなたは真夏の夜の夢の看板よ。パックの方のセリフの調整も入るかもしれないから気を引き締めて。
10日後から新作なんですよね。
しばらくは新作のハムレットを上演。その後はハムレットと真夏の夜の夢を交互にやる。
無茶じゃない？
全員どっちもですよね。頭混乱しそう。
申し訳なく思ってる。正直今のあなたたちは真夏の夜の夢に集中した方がいい。一つの役に寄り添った方が役者としての自力がつくと思う。でものんびり育成している状況じゃなくなってしまったの。
それ
が悪い方に。
Olivia turns to me, her eyes pleading. I give her a small nod. Nods back.
今日からこの劇団は野良になった。スペンサーの支援は昨日で終わったの。
昨日あんなにうまくいったのに。
何かパトロンの気に障る部分はあったの？
Olivia shakes her head.
じゃあなんで？
っていうかそもそも今日公演できるの？
Olivia looks down, her lips quivering, but says nothing. Everyone looks anxiously at her, but the silence only makes the situation more tense. We withdrew from his patronage at my request. Everyone looks at me.
事態ってスペンサーの支援を？
Yes.
なんで？
I search for the right words. if we become independent before striking success, we'll receive a larger share of the earnings later. After seeing yesterday's enthusiasm for the crowd, I became certain we could be selected for a core performance. I want to write new plays without worrying about the patrons' stifling conditions. None of these things would be a lie, and yet it wouldn't be the truth either. I see the worry and unease in the eyes of the other troop members. It wouldn't be fair to lie to them. My father's words come back to me. Yet, if I start telling white lies, it won't be long before things collapse under their weight of truth. I can't afford to be a lesser man. This all started because of me and my impulses. I need to see it true. I had no choice but to do so. Because I had no choice. I have no choice. If I wanted to take Olivia away from that man. Olivia's eyes bulge out and her jaw drops.
他に言い方あるでしょ。
座長スペンサーから
婚約者なのに
Yes. I couldn't let Olivia remain under Spencer's thumb for the sake of keeping this troop afloat.
そうなの？まあ、何？つまりこの一座は
スペンサーからフィアンセを盗み出したってこと？
No. I went to his manor yesterday and informed him of the change.
妙に律儀。
そこは力任せじゃないんだ。
You know how messed up in the head that man is. We had to do things properly.
そうだった。
I'm aware of the strain of my decision puts on all of you. I'd like to apologize, first of all. I bow my head. The shock and confusion apparent in everyone's countenance. After you left the pub yesterday, I heard that you were all receiving monthly payment from Olivia. Taking those expenses into account, this is the only way to keep using the gold globe without Spencer's help until we are selected for the court performance.
10日で新作。
それも2回。
2回？
この台本の他にもう一本あるの？ウィル、そんなに書けるの？
Everyone turns back to me, clearly astonished.
もう書いているみたいよ。そうよね、ウィル。
Olivia quirks an impish smile and glances at me.
次はラブストーリーだそうよ。
I snap my head back to her. She read the crumpled paper. She read the crumpled paper. She's smirking mischievously. It can't be. How? When?
部屋に落ちてたんだもん。これ見よがしに。
No, that was a reject.
そうなの？悪くないと思ったけど。
何どんな話？
酒場の息子が美しい貴族の女性と恋に落ちる話らしいわよ。
そのまますぎない？少しはひねれよ、ウィル。
That's what I'm trying to do. Wait, no. I'm telling you, it's a reject.
そうなの？
いいじゃん、わかりやすくて。
ハムレットはキャラクター造形も複雑だし、シンプルなラブストーリーがあってもいいわよ。書きなさい、あれ。返事は？
Guess I could give it a shot. Olivia nods and turns to the troop.
みんな、この状況の変化は大きい。なあなあで進めて越えられる壁じゃないのも理解している。でもウィルの判断に私も乗った。救ってもらったと思ってるし、後悔してない。それは事実よ。事後報告になってごめんなさい。私はみんなの力を貸してもらいたいと思ってる。判断は任せるわ。
いや、判断とか言われても
ほっぽり出されても行くとこないし。
The fact that we lost our patron will become common knowledge soon enough. We'll all be treated as vagrants. Are you okay with that?
それって座長の奴隷と何が違うの？そもそもさ、今だって座長が女だってバレたら全員仲良く牢屋行きじゃん？
下手すりゃこれだろ。
Papa says, tracing a straight line across his neck with his thumb.
そうね。
何よりさ、
Kiki and Thomas exchange glances and giggle.
スペンサーから婚約者奪うってのが最高じゃん。
俺たちいっぱい中だったし。
今は僕、芝居が楽しいから不老者なら不老者でもいいよ。
むしろ これでまた心置きなく盗みができる。
バカ言わないで。誰かの粗相でこの一座は終わりよ。続ける以上は役者の意地を捨てないで。
ああ、座長はそれくらい強気の方がいいよ。
いいよいいよ、やってみよう。パトロンなしで宮廷演目に選ばれるとか前代未聞じ
不老者が宮廷に入るのか。傑作だそりゃ。
My eyes meet Olivia's. The tension we had been feeling all morning comes loose, and we laugh together. Guess they're all a bunch of rejects. You did well bringing all these people together, huh?
何他人事みたいに言ってるの？あなたもよ。
You too.
知ってる。
Olivia blows out a breath and ties up her long hair into a ponytail.
さっさと稽古の準備。最初に昨日のあらの改善、その後新作の立ち稽古。台本は持ってていい。時間が惜しいの。無駄な動きは金輪際禁止よ。返事は？
I had to end it here. I had to go. I have things to do in life. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for rewrite, and then our continuation of Silent Daydream. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Ciao.